Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. This stream is about to be electric. This stream is about to be intense. This stream, we're going to talk about Chelsea and Arsenal. We're going to talk whether Egal still thinks Kai Havertz is Chelsea's fault, not Kai Havertz being crap. We're going to talk about Moises Caicedo and Harry Kane if we have time at the end, of course. So everyone watching this right now or on the replay, because I know a whole lot of you guys like to watch us on the replay. Please do make sure you're slapping the like button. Do make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of you guys watching us right now, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and get ready. Before, there's two things I want to say. First of all, out of context, Carefree Lewis, big up to you because I know you're watching this. Next time you clip up some stuff, make sure you put the link in the comments. Let the people come watch the full show. And I feel like I'm doing a reality TV episode, so I have to say, previously on This is Football,
we play better with him than we do with Lukaku. Why did Lukaku outscore him and he didn't even want to be here for half the season? That's the biggest embarrassment I've ever seen. We gave him penalties and he still couldn't get 10 league goals in the season. He is a joke. That guy has won the UCL and he coasted off that ever since because the Chelsea fans allowed him to. Maybe at Arsenal will come with some more motivation because at Arsenal he hasn't done anything for you guys. He has to come in and show himself. Maybe he'll be a bit of a different player, but you will not gaslight me or any other Chelsea fan into thinking he was anything other than one of the worst players I've ever seen put on a Chelsea shirt in the Roman era, and that is it. That is it. He was a bum at Chelsea. He will always be a bum at Chelsea. Whatever happens at Arsenal is whatever happens. But at Chelsea, one of the worst players I've ever seen. And that weren't our fault. That was his fault.
And you want to know something? That's your opinion. But it doesn't make it the truth.
No. I'm going for a zoo in there.
then that ending always gets me. You want to know something? That's your opinion. Hey, in the words of Egal,
Rent free in Chelsea fans' heads.
So let me introduce the panelists, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, he's the neutral, so I'm gonna introduce him first. It only makes sense. He actually brought this idea to me. Let me tell you how much of a hater this man is. Let me tell you how much of an intense hater he is. This guy is at the game between Arsenal and ManUtd. He's at the game. As he's leaving the stadium, he sends me a message, and it's like 6 a.m. local Jordanian time, but you know me, I'm always awake. This guy sends me a message. We need Egal and Hamza on a stream. And I'm like, you know what? This guy has actually become a hater like me because his hater levels intensified since he met me. Joining us on the channel, of course, is part of the channel's furniture, in his own words. Man like Staffy. How you doing, my brother?
Listen, man, I'm not just a neutral today. I'm just like everyone in the comments. I'm here to watch. I will talk, but I'm mainly here to watch. And if you guys thought Hassan was joking when he said get the popcorn ready, listen, the popcorn is ready. The soda is ready. And I'm ready. So let's get this show started.
Big up, Staffy, man. He came prepared. Joining us, of course, here to kind of collect his debt. I can't lie, he was spitting for that whole 1 minute. And we watched the proof in the Arsenal ManUtd friendly. He's here to talk. He told me he's just here to talk. So, I want to see where he goes with this. Of course, representing Chelsea Football Club. The biggest compliment I can pay him, and I always say this about him specifically, the absolute realist content creator I've ever worked with. Absolute realist content creator and an absolute icon of Chelsea YouTube. Man like Lewis. How you doing, my brother?
All good. All good. Big up to everyone in the comments. All the Chelsea fans and all the rattled gooners. Let's talk football. Let's talk football. I'm sure we'll end up delving into this Havertz conversation again, and I don't know what more I have left to say on it because he's the same guy. It's literally just the same guy. We'll delve into it a little bit later and everything. I'm sure we can talk about how brilliant Chelsea looked in pre-season as well.
Of course.
Fuck Brighton too, while we're on it. Fuck Brighton every day ending in a Y. But yeah, big up to everybody that's locked in. Like, subscribe, all of that, and let's get into it. Big up.
100% big up to you. And of course, last but not least, I don't want to say introducing the challenger because low-key, like he's gonna have to answer so many questions. So he ain't even really a challenger. He's here to just so many questions for him to answer today. So many questions for him to answer today, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us on the channel, of course, is the man himself. The most shameless Arsenal fan on God's green earth. And of course, icon of Arsenal YouTube. None other than the man Egal himself. How you doing, Akhi?
What's good, everyone? What's good? How you guys doing? I got my snacks too. Since everyone's got their snacks, I got my Doritos and I got my Dorito nacho salsa also. Let's get it.
Yeah, I don't think you have time to eat no snacks. You know, you're gonna be eating those words from Lewis. You know, so we'll do the snacks. You do the whatever that's gonna be going on right here. The battle.
100%.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Let's go.
Big up. Big up to EM who sends in a super chat. Big up to you. Thank you for your support. Empty super chat. If you want to say anything else later on the stream, we'll put it up on the channel, on the chat. Big up to you, EM. And listen, big up everyone watching us. As Lewis and everyone has said, there's 400 people in here. We ain't even started yet. 400 people in here. We haven't even started speaking yet. Make sure you're slapping the likes. Make sure you're subscribing. Let me look how many likes we're on. I want to see if you guys are slacking. I want to see if you're moving like Kai Havertz or you're moving like Erling Haaland. Don't let us insult you by calling you a bunch of Kai Havertzes in the comment section. We've got 450 people watching us. And ladies and gentlemen, we are abysmal rate of 129 likes, minimum 50%. We need that high conversion rate. Slap the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person right now, this very second, slap the like button. Subscribe. For all people that are sending me, where is Hamza? I think Hamza took the snacks conversation way too seriously. And he actually went to go get croissants. I don't know how that is pronounced. I don't speak French. You get me? He went to get some juice, stuff like that. So let me just... shall we call him live on the stream before I get started? Shall we call him?
Do that.
Go for it. Fuck it.
He's money on him driving.
Imagine he doesn't pick up. Embarrassing me in front of the stream.
Probably wouldn't. This guy's
He
unreliable.
always picks up as well. Hamza, where are you, Hamza? Where are you?
I'm entering my house.
You're entering your house?
Ask him if he bought snacks.
Audience, Hamza, say hi. You see? Lewis is here, my brother.
Hamza, did you buy snacks?
You see? Lewis is here. Staffy's here. We've got 450 people waiting. You see?
Oh my god.
Get your ass in here, Hamza. Yalla, yalla.
Someone's looking.
Yalla. See you. Big up, Hamza, man. Slap the like, subscribe, guys. And let's just get into it. Let's stop wasting time. Egal. I'm a dive straight. I'm a dive head first. I ain't gonna wait. No appetizer, none of that shit.
Pokemon.
Is Kai Havertz still Chelsea Football Club's fault?
Hell yeah. What are you talking about? One preseason game don't change nothing.
Wait, we already started?
One preseason game don't change nothing. You guys think he's going to just snap a finger and get everything's gonna work right away? Mikel Arteta has just gotten his hands on the guy. Let him have some time to cook. Let him cook. You're gonna see. Why are you ashamed? Why is everyone shocked? Listen, you think 55 minutes?
I'm not shocked. I understand most of what you said. It is only just one game, but still Chelsea's fault. We're still running that narrative. You can talk about the future all you want, and I understand you can't judge off one game, even though that brother hasn't changed a bit since he was in a Chelsea shirt. But we're still running this whole Chelsea was the problem with Havertz. We're still going to be doing that.
No, 1 second. Stop for a second. Let's be honest. Yes, you guys have tried many different systems, all that stuff. You've mentioned 100 different things. People have been playing that video 100 times, probably reiterating everything you said. But the reality is, if a player does not work well under multiple systems, under multiple managers, of course you're going to blame the manager and you're going to blame the players, right? But right now, Kai Havertz is a new system. He just got in. First game, which is a preseason game, playing with the starting midfield. Staffy's kidding me. And in 55 minutes, you guys have already made up what he's going to be like his whole career at Arsenal. That's crazy to me.
I haven't said that. I literally just said the future could change things, but this whole narrative that it was Chelsea's fault with him over the last 3 years is BS.
Understand that
if he does well, it was all Chelsea's fault.
If he does well at Arsenal, people are going to go back to Chelsea and say it was Chelsea's fault.
Because that's just easy gaslighting without any context. Even though we've literally just told you the context.
Well, I just told you that if he does well and in the midfield, that's a position that he hasn't played at Chelsea well. And you didn't never.
No, he did that under Frank Lampard and didn't really work out for us either.
Fair enough. Let's see how it goes. I
Noah Dinishan just said thank you, Arsenal, for taking the homeless crouch. That might be the worst insult in history of insults. Man just called him the homeless crouch. Dinishan, you're going straight to hell, my brother. What is
this? Champions League winner.
Unbelievable. You know who scored the Champions League winner? Divock Origi. Would you take him for 65?
Hey, he's a cult hero at Liverpool.
Yeah, he's a cult hero, but he ain't like something special.
He didn't join the rival. He went to AC Milan afterwards. And he was only a bench player. He didn't have the most minutes in the team that had the worst ever finish in Premier League history.
Sometimes top threads they ask me, have you ever been to Anfield? And they tell me your experience at the game was different. Staffy, you said something about Havertz 2 shows in a row. Can you tell the people what you witnessed live in person because you were at the game?
Listen, I would love to say that it's a beautiful movie so far. I'm gonna put my popcorn to the side and do my work now. Listen, this guy, man, wallahi, 20, 30 yards away from me. I'm watching him warm up before the game. And in my head, I'm thinking like, all right, let's see what Lewis is if he's right or wrong, And I see this guy warming up. And wallahi, on my mother's life, this guy didn't make a single goal when they were warming up. Everyone would make shots except for him. Every shot miss. And I'm like, yo, this guy Lewis might be right. This is not even the game. I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the warm-up. I don't even want to talk about what happened in the game. Because we all saw what happened in the game.
Please.
Do you want me to talk about what happened?
Yeah, all the details.
Yeah, go for it. You were at the stadium, no? Go for it. Tell the people.
I feel like Allen Iverson right now. We talking about practice? We talking about practice?
Listen, bro,
let's talk about the game then.
Practice, the game, everything didn't work out. Listen,
you know why the Iverson one doesn't run? Because Iverson won MVP in the game.
Iverson didn't want to practice, but he would go in the game and he would drop 30 and 40 bombs on everyone's head. This guy just did nothing, bro. Listen, I saw this guy and his teammate, the 105 million pound midfielder, get cooked by an 18-year-old. And when I saw the lineup come out, Egal thought that was a cooking. I told everyone around me, I was like, listen, this is the easiest midfield we can play against. It's 2 against 3 because Havertz isn't a midfielder. I was like, watch when they don't have the ball. Is this guy going to defend? No. Every time we got the ball, we saw what happened. That team, listen, I think they were inspired by the fact that they were in New York. They were playing a bagel formation. New York is known for everything bagels and cream cheese. Big up anyone who gets that, from New York. My guys from New York. But I didn't think Arteta was going to
bagel formation.
I didn't think he was going to pay homage to New York by playing the bagel formation. That team looked like Bagel FC, nothing in the middle. Every time we got the ball, we just ran that midfield. So I don't know, bro. Listen, all I can say is, I was just watching that game, and in my head, I'm like, you know what? Lewis wasn't lying. Egal's in the mud right now. I know it's just one game. I know it's a preseason game. People were getting mad at me. Especially that I was sitting with the Arsenal fans. Pull up to the Emirates. Let's see if you can celebrate like that over there. Relax, bro. I'm not coming to the Emirates. If you guys have an issue with me, you know where to find me. I'm not coming to you. But listen, I mean, so far, Lewis is looking good on your side.
Based on what Staffy said and what Lewis said and what you've seen as well. Look, I get you want to back Arteta. I hear you. He's given you reason to back him. I understand. Yes, but I want to make something clear. Lewis's greatest ever manager, Jose Mourinho, made mistakes. Staffy's greatest ever manager, Alex Ferguson, made mistakes. My greatest ever manager made mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. And we're talking about the greatest of the greatest here. They all make mistakes. Are you willing to admit that Havertz could at least potentially be a mistake? Or 100%. Are you just backing the guy blindly?
1 second, 100%. Everyone can flop. Everyone can flop. But the fact that everyone's already writing him off after a preseason game, after what he's done at Chelsea, it makes me want to back him even more. Am I worried? I'm slightly worried. I'm slightly worried that he might not work out, especially when we sign him.
What have you seen in the game that's made you worried then? In the game. Forget the practice. Forget
the
volley challenge.
Bro, it's not about the game. It's not about the challenges. It's not about that. It's the fact that they were looking to overhaul midfield rather than add additions to the midfield. I've always said we couldn't lose both Partey and Xhaka. So I'm happy that we're keeping Partey. But the fact is, we should be playing our strongest midfield going into next season should be Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. Kai Havertz is not in our strongest midfield, but I still believe with all the games available for next season, Kai Havertz can still play a big part in this team, and he'll find himself very useful against smaller teams and when we need to change up the games. He offers us some tactical flexibility that we might not have had last season. And
Egal, you know me and you have disagreed many times before, but I've never actually disagreed with you to this point, because even Lewis would tell you this. Havertz is actually not good against weaker teams. He's not good against the lower block. He's not good in those. He ain't really good like that.
No, but you're expecting him to be the main man at the top. In this situation,
just have some discernible attributes you can do.
In this situation, he's not going to be the first person that the defenses have to worry about. That's like Martinelli, Saka. He's not going to be the third person that defense have to worry about. That's going to be like a Jesus or Odegaard. He's potentially going to be the fifth person the defender is going to have to worry about. There's going to be many opportunities where we're going to cross the ball into the box and he's just going to be wide open because the defenders are already picking up the better players.
The comments are asking you Havertz going to cook with what ingredients. You need to tell them with what ingredients.
Mayonnaise and salt and pepper.
Okay,
the fact that he's in space saying
the likes of Bukayo Saka and Martinelli, ability to cross into the box and have 3 people in the box at all times to pick out, is going to massively benefit us going next season. Let's be honest. Granit Xhaka was not always able physically to get into the box and to get into those positions. Kai Havertz is going to be able to do that. As much as we want to troll him, let's be honest. If you're looking at him as a third late runner into the box to contribute goals in the final third, when we get into overloads on either side, he can easily do that. We're making it seem like he's a terrible footballer. He's a professional.
That's a long way of saying you expect him to contribute goals consistently.
Bro, I do, and you know what? It doesn't have to be
long season.
It doesn't have to be to the level of 20 goals that people think he needs to get. This is a guy who I expect to get at least 7 to 10 goals easy in the league. That's what my expectations are, and I even said that in the previous stream.
He got 8 once without penalties.
And guess what? He's going to be able to match that hopefully with Arsenal.
Egal, I don't think you're wrong for saying that.
Better players around him, with better distractions around him.
So it's 65 million for 8 goals as a target.
Guess what? Yeah, because we're not going to be using him as a striker like you guys were. We're looking at him as a midfielder. 8 goals from a midfielder is outstanding. Let's be real.
But let's say
before we go to Egal,
there's a guy that I can't second striker.
Yeah, second striker.
He's not going to be a midfielder. He's going to be a forward.
Bro, he's not going to be as a forward. He's going to be used in the 8 position, but he's going to be pushed up higher to have less defensive.
He's like a late arriving striker.
Forward position.
He's a late arriving striker. That's what.
Okay, Egal. You know what? Instead of just explaining it to the 700 people watching us and us 3, there is a 4th guy that you have to explain it to now. Winter Surfer's talking about big ups. He says big up to Sam, Staffy, Lewis, and Stevie Griffin. I have no idea who Stevie Griffin is. But
he's calling me Stevie.
Speaking of, your super chat's missing one big up. Joining us on the channel, Mr. Celebrity. He won the treble and he stopped being humble. He stopped being humble after winning the treble. He used to be the first person on the show. Now he's the last person here. Of course, the Professor Hamza. How you doing?
Come on, yeah. Thank you,
man. Is that your new away kit?
Huh?
Is that the new away kit?
That's it. These are special kits. You can't find these kits anywhere.
Yeah, that's cold still.
No, yeah, it's a banging kit.
Hamza got the kit on the day of the release. They send it to him. They sent it to him. He's VIP now when it comes to City.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
They sent him saving us from an Arsenal title break.
Big up Lewis, Egal.
Can't find this everywhere, by the way. His kit, they sent it to him. This is the Hamza celebrity status talking.
Probably not on sale yet. They sent it to important
Hamza, what numbers on the back?
Huh? I don't put much numbers. I've got Haaland, De Bruyne, and all that. But
this one's no numbers. Okay.
The way Alex the players are leaving us, I can't put the numbers at the back.
Oh, of course. If they're leaving to another club, never. Egal already in the first stage of Havertz denial, says Alex. Hey, we're about to get it out. But speaking of being in denial, 750 people here, guys. 750 people. Slap the likes right now. Slap the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 1K today. You can help us get to 1K by liking the video. So please do like the video. Do subscribe. Big up to Alex. Big up to Koala, Andrew, Dinishan, and EM for the super chat. Special shout out to all of you guys. Listen, as you guys can see, this is an argument. So I don't want to keep stopping it. Hey, guys, like the video. So just slap the like button in it. Share the video everywhere. Hamza, you're a new entry into this panel. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Hi, Havertz. What's your opinion on the whole Havertz thing?
Man, Chelsea got an. Yeah, I don't know what Chelsea did to Arsenal, but you got a good deal out of that one. Like, I have to be honest here. Like, this guy's record is so bad at Chelsea. Like, single figures as a striker, attacking player, like 4 in 27 or 5 in Premier League. Now I see why. I saw this guy having stinkers. Yeah, against United, he was so poor at goal. They've wasted that money. That was a waste money on a 65 million. That much money, that much money is what we spent on, is more expensive than we spent 50 million on Haaland and 11 or 12 million on Alvarez. Kai Havertz was worth more expensive than that. Just assess that situation.
What did you make of his performance in the game?
Bro, he was bad. You know, before the game, Arsenal fans were talking so bad about United. Oh, we'll thrash them. They're easy. We will do this on them. We'll do this.
7-0 and 5-2. 7-0 and 5-2.
Staffy, I have to give big up. I was supporting Arsenal. But what a disappointing team. They just left where they left it off. They started where they left off. Basically, it was the same old Arsenal. Under pressure, couldn't maintain it. Man United caught them on the break. And you know what? I have to big up Staffy, Eric Ten Hag. He said it, there's no such thing as friendlies. And Arsenal fans thought that's a joke, and they got humbled. You should have been 3-0 or 4-0 down.
Hamza, hold on. Just to go on that, and I'm going to let you continue. I thought of that. I was like, my manager said we don't play friendlies. So I'm not treating the game like a friendly. I was in the stadium treating the game like it's a Premier League game. And Arsenal fans didn't understand it. But then I looked at the pitch. I saw Lissandro roughing him up, the midfield, Anthony, and they were crying because he made a tackle on Saka. They're like, red card. Lissandro. No, because Lissandro made a tackle on Saka, and they were crying. They were like, and in my head, I remember Hamza saying, like the way they ended the season might impact the way they start the season. 100%. And Hamza, I'm not going to lie, you were right. I messaged Hamza right away. I was like, you know what, Hamza, I've seen it with my own eyes. Wallahi, with my own eyes, I've seen what Hamza said.
The fans were having a fight in the middle of the stadium. The same old Arsenal fans who are, you can see the same old Arsenal. Never united. Now the stress is on them. This club has spent 250 million. They should be having a punch up in the stadium. What's going on here? Everyone think, oh my God, this is the same old Arsenal. This is a reality. What Egal is a lie. Egal just portrayed this lie. We can do this and that. But the infighting that's happening at Arsenal fans are not confident. They're not confident. They're scared, some of them. They don't believe what Egal's saying. And in the game, Egal, in the game, you got our class. We played like Mason Mount. There was a player called Declan Rice, the most expensive British player of all time. The most expensive British midfielder, English midfielder of all time.
105 million, Hamza. 105.
They took him, the boy took him on a leash and gave him a walk. Literally. The boy, I've never heard of this guy. What's the name of that kid?
Kobe Maino. He's 18. He just finished his IGCEs. He finished his exam and then he came to cook rice.
How class Egal, did you really spend 105 million on that? When I
can't lie, Kobe cooking him is an L, Egal. You have to be real. Come on.
Yes,
Hamza, if you don't
Kobe is like some 17-year-old I've never heard of.
Listen, Hamza, if you don't know football and you don't know the names, and then I show you this game and I'm like, Hamza, I know you don't know football. Tell me which one of these players looks like he's 105 million. And then I show you Rice and show you Kobe. You would have thought it's Kobe.
I said Kobe.
Hey, Staffy, you've influenced our viewers in the wrong way. I said I made my special season thing. And then Murad is saying, let Staffy cook. Let Staffy cook.
No, that's Hamza's time now.
Guys, I've heard enough. We've seen enough. Manchester United is going to be in the title race next season. Arsenal is finishing 4th, right? That's what we've come down to.
I never said that.
That's what we've come down to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Manchester United should be in the title race.
I never said that.
No, Staffy. Big boy pants.
If they get a DM, a striker, I hear it.
You don't need a DM. They got Kobe Maino. They're good.
No, but Egal.
No,
are you
cool,
what was the excuse of Declan Rice and Kobe Maino? Give me the excuse. I want to hear the excuse. Go on. Explain to me why Declan Rice got played Kobe Mainoo. Go on.
Because people are blind and they can't see the actual game. It's okay.
We saw the game. Declan Rice had this. Are you joking? Kobe Mainoo played. Kobe Mainoo was outstanding that game. At least come out and say, you know what?
There's
Kobe
no way you
Mainoo
actually believe that.
outplayed.
Egal.
The kid did good. The kid did good. But this whole thing where he got outplayed, like, come on.
Egal, your manager was so angry after the game, he sent them out to train again. He said, we're not going back on the bus. Go back on the pitch and train.
No way, did he?
I swear to God, I'm not joking.
Bro, 1 second. We've already acknowledged
After the game, the players that didn't play were supposed to do some
One
extra
second.
training
One
for
second.
fitness. He sent them all out.
1 second.
Sent them
We
all out
we
to train.
already acknowledged earlier that you said it was 2 against 3. So what do you expect? Kai Havertz.
Why is that?
The way that we were playing in that game, it didn't really work because Timber was supposed to tuck in and it didn't really work. Long story short, the midfield was somewhat
That's not why.
dysfunctional. It was the first time it didn't play in 55 minutes. First time they played together, 55 minutes. First time they ever played together. But hey, if you want to say that kid was the one that ran the show, I'll give you that. He played well. I'm not gonna.
It was man of the match.
I'm not
He
going
was
to
man of the
discount
match.
that.
He was
Your whole team played well because of the physicality you guys showed. 1, number 2, the dysfunction in how our midfield was. They never played with each other. They had no cohesion. It looked off. And personally, for me, if you want to look at the second half of the game, it just showed that everyone was coasting. It was not really like.
Hold on,
Egal, you played your first team for 60 minutes. We took off our whole team at
They played
halftime.
Tom Heaton, Brandon Williams, the Caicedo Kane. Maguire
I was
came
so
on as
shocked
a
to
right
find
back.
out Williams still plays
Maguire was
football.
cooking. Maguire came on as a.
Maguire was cooking so much
He
they
was
got to keep
cooking.
him. He's a
I
starter.
thought they disrespect.
Keep
No,
him. He's
Egal,
cooking. Let's do it.
Egal,
Listen,
Egal.
I'm not gonna lie. You
Egal,
guys.
one thing I'll tell you about the red flag. Yeah,
He's an 18-year-old kid. He did well, but we all know he's not going to be starting. He's going to get bit part opportunity next season. Good for him. Nice to see that he played well.
He'll play a lot. I'm letting you know.
When it comes down to it, you guys already answered your own question, but then you keep reiterating the same thing in a different way to make it sound funny. But the reality is, we've mentioned the midfield problems already. And what's the point? You just keep going over the same thing. Bring some.
Egal. Was this a friendly? Was this something that you can deflect and say, oh, it didn't matter, it's only a preseason? You know, one thing.
There's 3 points on the midfield.
Egal, one thing I have to say about your manager: when going gets tough, he doesn't know what he does. I swear to God, I believe.
I will say preseason does say a lot.
Based on this, the game against Barcelona is do or die, or else he gets sacked, right?
No.
But we say no, but it says a lot about where the team.
Why are you gaslighting us? We didn't say that.
Do you remember our preseason? Remember when we lost 4-0 to Arsenal last season?
Yep, I remember.
We played like shit in preseason. We had some horrific lineups, and the problems that happened that preseason came into the start of the season as well.
You know what? That is a fair point, and I'll take that. That is 100% accurate.
You tweeted that, guy. You tweeted that before the game.
Last season, the performance in the preseason did go into it. And this preseason, guess what? We've had 2 games, one of them against MLS All-Stars, which no one can really take serious. So the one that mattered, everyone's going to judge. And right now, the next preseason game, I want to see how Mikel Arteta does. Does he take it more serious? Does he play a lot more of the starters? Because I was there at the Emirates when we beat Sevilla 6-0? That team looked ready for the regular season. And I want to see this team showing that they're ready. Really and truly, I'm not going to take too many negatives or positives from this preseason. What I'm going to look for is fitness and if people are ready for the intensity. And Manchester United,
I would say you can take positives and negatives. Like from what I've seen from Chelsea in preseason, our attack looks a lot better. We make a lot more chances. Nicholas Jackson deserves all the opportunities at the start of the season, but the midfield still needs some serious reinforcements. We can't play the ball out from the midfield.
You're literally doing what I just said.
No, but you've just said you're only looking into fitness and everything like that. You never said take negatives.
I said you can take the positives and the negatives, but the main
okay. Ignore that then. My bad.
But the main thing
I thought you were just talking about from a fitness perspective. All right, cool.
But the main thing you have to look at is the intensity levels and how the system's going to work going forward. And that's the bigger questions that I have.
No, but the second part is the part I asked you earlier on, but you really didn't address my point. Like, listen, Hamza's trying to annoy you, Staffy's trying to annoy you. I actually asked you a question.
I'm just enjoying
but you just dodged my question. The second part you just said, you want to see how the system works. You said it yourself.
Yeah.
Havertz does not fit into the system. Your answer can't be Havertz is going to sit on the bench because you have to look at it from both Havertz and the manager's perspective. £65 million is not a player you buy to sit on the bench. That's number one. Number two, from Havertz's perspective, he left Chelsea Football Club, but he wants to start. He didn't leave Chelsea Football Club so he can sit on Arsenal's bench. Because if Havertz accepted being a bench player, he would have made a move to multiple different clubs better than Arsenal or Chelsea. You know, he could have been like a bench player anywhere else for half the price. So I think he's expecting to start. So the thing is as well, he's getting paid a lot of money, Egal. A lot of money. And you know how dressing rooms work. If he sits on the bench and starts kicking up a fuss, what are you going to do then?
Bro, that's ifs and buts. But the reality is now...
I'm giving you realistic scenarios. Have it not happened before?
The reality before. Bro, is he in our best starting 11? If we were
according to Arteta, I'm asking, not me and you.
The thing is, we haven't seen enough of him to be judging him to the level where we're critiquing everything.
But you know Arteta's going to start him, though.
No, but it's very harsh to be critiquing somebody who has not even played a meaningful game yet. Like a 55-minute preseason game in New York is not enough to say, yo, this is never going to work at Arsenal. You can look at all his time at Chelsea and denounce that he might struggle to get used to it. But I feel like we're doing too much right now.
I think the only reason for this is because Arsenal, you guys look like actual title contenders if he's not in your starting lineup. But with the price tag and with the fact that you've just brought him in now, we expect him to start. And wherever he goes, he's taking a position from somebody who's a lot better suited for you. And personally, I think that's going to be the difference in you winning the title or not this season.
You want to know something? The price tag you pay for a player doesn't necessarily mean they're going to start. In today's day and age, we've seen 50 million pound players on the bench. So maybe 65 is...
From the start?
No, not necessarily from the start. You're going to get opportunities to play. Doesn't mean you're always going to be on the bench. You have to look at it more as a unit of players. We now have 5 substitutions. You can play players and they can have big roles, even without necessarily starting every game. We see Man City. How many times do they have players on the bench and we have them in our fantasy team and they score goals and assists and contribute off the bench?
No, but you're not Man City.
You're not Man City. You're not Man City.
I know you guys are going to keep saying we're not Man City.
No, but I'm not Man City either. I'm not going to hold Liverpool to Man City.
That is the goal. The goal is to get to a level where you have a team where you can interchange players consistently without necessarily having too many problems. And everyone, when we compare ourselves to City, it's more of an admirational thing to try to reach that level. And that's where
I understand, but we're never going to have that money though. We were never going to be, besides Chelsea, because that's just how they spend money. The other 4, we're never going to be a club that spends 60 million to put a player on the bench. Egal, just imagine it this way. Imagine I come here on This Is Football with 900 people watching and I go like, hey guys, Szoboszlai is going to sit on the bench until, Thiago is going to play until Szoboszlai figures it out. Like, we've got to be realistic. My club, your club,
that can happen,
club. No, but my club, your club, and Staffy's club. When we pay 65 million for a player, he's starting, Egal. He's starting.
Hussam, no. It's about
don't live in utopia. Live in real life.
Stop it. It's about winning football games. You yourself know you spent 100 million on Darwin Nunez. He doesn't have to start for you to win if Luis Diaz.
64 million.
But you've brought him in to be the difference between you and City.
You spend more money. You spend more money on. My point is, just because you spent a lot of money on a player, if they can't win you that game tactically, they're not going to necessarily start. I'm not.
They're going to be given a lot of opportunities this season to do it.
I'm not sitting here bashing Kai Havertz. I'm just saying it's extremely harsh to be writing him off already. Number one. Number two, it's also extremely harsh to say, "Oh, you can't have squad depth." What's wrong with having squad depth? It doesn't matter.
I'm saying 60 million.
It doesn't matter how much
is
money
not
we
a squad
spend.
depth player.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, but it does matter. It does matter.
It doesn't matter how much money we spend on a player, as long as we see how we can win with that player.
But Hussam,
let me just say, you're saying it's going to be used as depth, so you're not going to be winning with him. So that defeats the purpose of signing him, which is why he's going to be starting.
But the biggest mistake people are making, this is true. This is a fact. You're not Real Madrid. You're not Barcelona. You're not Manchester City. No, I'm being honest. Well, just listen to my point here. You're Arsenal Football Club. Listen, look at your players. You're the biggest banter in Europe. I swear to God. No disrespect, even international. Look at Alden. Saliba does not start. He starts for your team, cannot start for France. Magalhaes does not even get called up for Brazil. Look at your players like players for Tini, Switzerland, like Xhaka. Yes, Martinelli starts, but does not start. Gabriel Jesus, as soon as he came to your club, there was an article in Brazil. How can you downgrade as a Brazilian? How can you go from Man City to Arsenal? How can you downgrade? He got dropped for Richarlison. When you play for Liverpool, and these are Champions League winning clubs. Listen, they're respected internationally. I believe Hussam, Julian Timber, as soon as he's not playing 80% of the games, Netherlands will drop him. They'll say, you're playing for Arsenal. You must be joking.
100%.
You're eating bench for Arsenal Football Club. You think you're going to start for my country, Netherlands. You think you're playing... they will be infighting.
I'm going to go make coffee.
You cannot manage those kind of group of players because you're Arsenal Football Club. You have not won anything in 20 years. You're not big internationally. I'm not disrespecting Egal. That's the reality. So when you're signing all these big players, they have a reputation. They want to play. You promised Julian Timber to play because he starts for Ajax. So when you don't play him 70% of the games, no one international will play him. Saliba is begging to start for France ahead of Konate. As soon as you sign for Liverpool, you start. Look at Jota, starts for Portugal. What are you doing? Nunez starts for Uruguay. What are we doing? Gakpo starts for Netherlands. What are you doing, Egal? You can't compare yourself to clubs who've been winning and say, we need to be like them. No, you're not. You're not like them. You're building to be like them. Yeah. And you hope I'm just telling you, I'm warning you. These players that you're just buying, you better win a major trophy this season because this season is a crucial. Otherwise, your players are going to be dissatisfied. I'm tired. I'm not sitting on the bench anymore because you can't play Tomiyasu, Ben White. Ben White is a 4th-choice right back for England. 4th-choice right. How can he be a 4th-choice right back for England and you start for Arsenal? Reece James, Kyle Walker, and who's the other guy? Trent starts ahead of him. My guy had to pack his bags from FA because he will not guarantee to start for England. Look at this. What are you doing here? Because what? Because he plays for Arsenal. He plays for you, but he can't get to England squad. There you are. And you guys call him the best right back. There's heritage. You have to. I'm sorry, he plays for Arsenal Football Club. So you're going to struggle to keep all of them happy. That's what I'm warning you. Because you're Arsenal Football Club. You're not a big club until you win major trophies.
I'm not gonna lie, that was amazing.
Hamza, you've said a whole lot of BS right there.
That was amazing.
A whole lot of BS. 1 second. That's not amazing. That's just a bunch of BS.
Well, that was amazing. Yo, Luz, give him a round of applause.
No, he's lying. Teared to my eye. He's lying. He's literally blatantly sitting here lying, just talking shit out of his ass.
I don't think Hamza lied. Of all the times that Hamza lied.
Well, he's saying you don't need to do something next season, otherwise you're going to start losing key players, or the mentality in the squad might dip.
The only reason people sit on the bench for Hamza's team is because they win. That's what he's saying. But you're not winning. So when you talk about Havertz sitting on the bench and Ben White sitting on the bench and having options, yes, I get what you're saying. But his point is, well, at City they win. At Madrid they win. At Arsenal they're not winning.
1 second. First of all, the dumbest take in my whole entire life. I've never heard such idiocy in my entire life. What kind of stupidness is this? First of all, you're making it seem like all these guys are never going to play. It's going to be the starting 11, and the rest of the guys are going to be feeding for scraps and they're never going to play. Number one. Number two, you're making it seem like our bench players or players that sit on our bench will never get represented nationally because they're playing at Arsenal Football Club, and it's just because it's Arsenal. That's so stupid. Second, then the next thing, what was your point that we're not Real Madrid and things? Of course we're not those clubs.
It's because you said Havertz is going to sit on the bench.
No one's claiming that we're that team. No one's claiming that we're Real Madrid or Man City or anything like that. We're just saying we're striving to have a bench where we can rotate and we don't necessarily see a drop off in level.
So let's talk about it then. Do you think Havertz is going to be on the bench?
Stop. My point is getting disrupted because you keep cutting me off. My main point, let me reiterate it again. The ambition is to have a level of players where you sub them in, and you don't have a drop off in quality. And when you have that level of rotation and the ability to substitute people in and out, and you don't have a drop off in quality, it allows you to play with the same fluidity even when you're down men, even when you have injuries. And this is what helps you win major competitions. This is what helps Man City compete in all 4 competitions. This is what helps teams get further and further in all these different cups. You guys were trolling us for not getting the Carabao Cup, not doing well in the FA Cup, not doing well in the Europa League. Well, this is what we're trying to do well in those things. And now you're berating us, making fun of us for trying to have a bench. It's actually idiotic.
Okay, so answer my question then. Do you think Havertz came in to sit on the bench?
No, but I think Havertz came in to play across the front 5.
That's what I'm saying. I think you have to play.
1 second. I don't think anyone is coming in to be a bench player. I think they're signing everyone with the intentions that they can be a starter and they can.
So everyone's a starter.
So what was Jorginho signed to be a starter?
Jorginho was not signed. Jorginho was signed as cover, but guess what? Come the end of the season, he started.
Because he got minutes, but he didn't come in to start. He wasn't going to.
Yeah, he didn't come in to start.
Guess what? You don't have to go out and sign a player and be like, this player is a bench player, or else you're signing a weak player intentionally. You sign a player with the intentions that they can rotate and they can come in and start when need be. So why are we acting dumb?
Bro, you don't spend 60, 65 million and also on a rivals player who has flopped at that rivals team as well, with the expectation that they're just going to sit on the bench.
Guess what? You
don't
don't
have a project with him in mind for it.
Also, you don't spend 8 million on a player in a couple of years think he's going to be garbage or he's going to start for your team. Doesn't matter how much money you spend on the player. When you bring them into your house, you analyze them, you see how good they are, and if you
spend less on them, there's probably less expectations.
So I shouldn't be taking advice on how much money to be spent by a Chelsea fan. First of all, you guys throw.
Why? We've won more trophies than you in the last 20 years.
And
we've done more.
Guess what it's done? Guess what it's done? Yes, you've won trophies, but you guys have cost yourself a lot of players too. So when it's the last thing,
good, and we've still won trophies. We still have the most trophies this century. You would rather take advice from us. We know how to win.
You're the biggest hypocrite out of all these guys when it comes to this whole situation.
In what sense? In what sense? Enlighten me.
If I look at your squad, how many times have you had 60, even 100 million pound players that couldn't get into your team or had issues, and then in a couple of years' time,
they win league. They used to win.
But they were all given every available opportunity to succeed. Fernando Torres, Lukaku, Morata, Havertz, the same as Havertz will be at Arsenal.
And guess what?
That is brought in to start. So what are you talking about?
You're judging this off of 55 minutes. Now, I'm going back to the point about the bench. You guys are saying Leandro Trossard will not get game time. You guys are saying Jorginho will not get game time. You guys are saying guys like Kai Havertz, guys like Matt Turner. You're telling me guys like Emil Smith-Rowe. You're telling me guys like Thomas Partey. You're telling me guys like Kieran Tierney. You're telling me guys like Jakob Kabor, Timber. All these guys are not going to get opportunities. They're going to get opportunities. What we've done, we've covered ourselves. We look at our right back. We have 2 right backs. We could even put 4 right backs there if we need to.
Only Rice costs more than Havertz.
We have 2 quality center halves. We have 2 quality left backs. We have 2 decent goalkeepers. I think Matt Turner is decent backup. When you look at everywhere,
Egal, I understand what you're saying. Can I just say one thing? Egal.
You missed what he said. The guy.
No, I heard what he said. I heard it. Listen, hear me out. Look, you know, I don't hate Arsenal. You know this already.
What are we talking about? Who said that's why we didn't win multiple league titles? Because of this, you didn't have squad depth.
Egal, why are you angry? Why are you angry?
Liverpool and Chelsea.
Why are you mad? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
I said I don't hate Arsenal. Let me explain it to you. Here's the thing. When I say you're not Real Madrid, you're not Man City, I'm not saying that you're a small club or something. I'm saying in terms of spend. That's why, by the way, speaking of, there's 1,000 people in here. Make sure you're slapping the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. 1.1k people are watching. Guys, what is this behavior? 1.1k people, 300 likes. Come on, guys. What is
300? I bought 300 expensive popcorn for you guys to give me 300.
1.1k people?
500 at least.
Come on, 500 minimum. Erling Haaland conversion rate. Slap the like button now. Subscribe before we get to the super chats. Egal, my
Egal's here fighting for his life. Give him some likes.
Exactly. So like the video at least, you bozos, and hit the subscribe button. Here's the thing, Egal. This is what I'm saying. Hear me out. We're going to be logical. No agendas. The reason when I said 65 million, you're not Man City, you're not Real Madrid, is because Hamza's club can afford to buy Riyad Mahrez from Leicester for 60 million and put him on the bench. They can afford to do that. My club and your club can't. We can't afford 60 million to sit on the bench. You know, when a 60 million player sits on the bench for us, what we call him? A flop. Let me give you an example. Yep. Naby Keita. Flop. Right now, Hamza will tell you, flop. Yep. Staffy will tell you, flop. Lewis will tell you, flop. I'll tell you, flop. Right now, 60 million pounds, and he sat on the bench. He's a flop. So this is the thing for me. What I'm saying is, in your mind, Kai Havertz's depth. You want to hear reality? This is reality. No agendas. Let me just speak reality. Realistically speaking, a club like Arsenal or Liverpool does not pay 60 million for a depth option. When we want
from the start as well, like what?
We pay 20.
How
we
does
pay
that
30
make
for a
sense?
depth option. Go ahead.
He's coming to start, and like that will make or break your title campaign. It probably will break it, but he's going to start. He's going to start, and he's going to get a lot of opportunities, and we will see what happens.
We'll see what happens. It might work.
Guess what?
Probably won't. It might work.
And guess what? In the case that he's not starting, we still have Partey, we still have Jorginho, we still have Emil Smith-Rowe, unlike your guys. That's my point.
Yeah, and I would hope for your sake they actually start over him.
And you want to know something? He doesn't necessarily have to play only in one position. It doesn't mean he's only going to play in one position. The guy is very versatile. He can play anywhere across the front three, and he can play in the 8 and in the 10. So because we signed him, we're going to use him in
which one can he play well in?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Actually, that's very perfect because that brings me to the
Season
question
4.
that I want to ask you.
Egal, Milner can play
hold on.
15 positions. Come on, man.
I want to ask you,
Guess what? Milner was a useful piece for you guys to win the league.
But he ain't worth no damn 65 million.
But guess what? In today's
Which
market,
is my point.
In today's market, 65 million is like 40 from a couple years ago.
Yeah, actually, let's be objective.
Wow.
Let's be objective. I just want to ask you a
Wow.
question.
it's
Wallahi,
not,
not,
Egal. No, it's
not trolling.
It is.
Egal, خلاص.
They got
You
Machin
put
is
50.
45.
How is it the same when you put 15 on the
Inflation,
65?
bro.
Egal, you put
Inflation,
you
Egal.
put
Come on, that's not a-
I
Egal,
can't believe
Egal, you
65
put
million
you
on a
put-
guy to figure out his position. That's hilarious.
Egal,
Bro,
you
this
put
is why-
15 on the
Oh my
65, you get
That's
Caicedo.
hilarious.
You get
I
Moises
didn't even see
Caicedo. Caicedo. Put 15 on that
We
65.
don't need
get
Caicedo. We have Timber now. We don't need Caicedo.
Egal,
This is-
please, let me just ask you something, please, because
Did you just say we don't need Caicedo? We got Timber.
خلاص والله خلاص, just let him be, bro. Wallahi, I heard that too. Just ignore it, bro. Egal,
No,
I
no,
have a
no.
very objective question.
You not
I cannot.
understand what I'm saying.
Egal,
No, I
just
need
listen
to
to me. I
vote
just want to ask a
something,
question. For a team that we expect you guys to go for a title run again this season, okay?
Yes.
Lewis just explained to you that no matter what you say about him playing in multiple positions, he's not really good at any of them, really. Like, he doesn't excel at any of them.
Yeah.
He can be okay, but
Yeah.
he doesn't excel at any of them, okay? I think we can all agree on that. Do you think a team in a position that they're supposed to go for a title charge, you're supposed to be competing with Hamza, okay? Hamza's sitting here. He's the heavyweight champion. Hamza has the best conditioning, the best coaching, the best sparring. He's the champ. No one can touch him. You go ahead and you sign a player that's misunderstood, that needs to go on Dr. Phil and speak about him being misunderstood for 3 years with Chelsea and his fans going against him. This guy has so many emotional issues with his fans. Why would you sign a player who's basically a puzzle? You just signed a puzzle, bro. You don't know how to solve it yet.
That
You know,
sound
in
the
the middle-
Rubik's Cube.
He's a Rubik's Cube in the middle of a title charge. Now, does Arteta have to prioritize going for the league, or is he going to put the league on the side and say, wait, hold on, let me solve this Rubik's Cube and try to figure out why Kai Havertz was misunderstood at Chelsea? I just don't think that was the signing that takes someone from being second to being first. You needed someone who's like more certain, more guaranteed in his position, someone that you know exactly what you're getting from him, instead of trying to solve his issues. And I don't think anyone is wrong for asking that, because you want to believe in him, but you still don't know. The fact that you
Yes.
don't know is worrying.
He
You know what I
doesn't
mean?
know.
Once
They
again,
don't.
And sorry, Hamza, Egal, before you answer, I promise I'm gonna let you answer. Staffy, right now, let's assume what Egal said is correct. Let's assume he should pay 60 million for depth. Quick question. I'm gonna ask just a question. Don't give me your life story. Just give me a name. Comments get involved too. Staffy, if they were to pay 60 million for a depth player in midfield, what's smarter to buy? Szoboszlai or Havertz in midfield, Staffy?
100% Szoboszlai.
Hamza, Szoboszlai or Havertz in midfield?
Szoboszlai, easy, man. That's easy.
Lewis, Szoboszlai or Havertz in midfield?
Yeah, Sobazai, easy.
Right now, which makes more sense for Arsenal? Buying McAllister for 35 million or Havertz for 65? Go on, Staffy.
McAllister, man.
McAllister
World Cup
for
winner.
sure.
Respect him.
Everyone
McAllister.
agrees McAllister, everyone agrees
Come on.
Szoboszlai. I'm broke. I became a meme. I go live on YouTube and I say FSG out and I cry to the Liverpool fans that we can't afford shit. One second, because we're not cheapskate owners. What we aren't about to do is come convince the audience, 1,200 people here, that hey guys, Havertz is a good bench option to have for midfield, when he was a bad option on the forward line to begin with. Who's supposed to be confused? How am I supposed to be convinced of that shit? That's what I'm asking you. Logical football question. Go on, Egal.
first of all, I didn't say he's only going to be benched for one position. I said I pointed out the fact that he has the tactical versatility, that he can play across the whole front three if need be, and he can play in the 8 and the 10. So this thing where you guys are saying, oh, you signed the player, he has to start, and he's going to start, and we're shoehorning him into every starting 11 to compare him to every other midfield. I'm telling you guys, we have other midfield options that are as good as him or better. So it's horses for courses.
I actually agree with you on that one, Egal.
If you need to win a game,
That's fair.
you're going to play the team that suits that game. Doesn't necessarily mean Havertz is going to be the best suited for every single game. There's going to be games where he might be better suited to play in one position, and there's going to be games where other players in our team are going to be better suited to play in that position. We're signing him for the quality that that the manager believes he has.
I just say something.
Go on,
Sam, I just want to quickly say something. I believe I'm so grateful that Klopp doesn't have that spending, because he will kill me. Klopp will finish me. like he'll finish me. Ten Hag probably, I don't know. He's all like literally, but Klopp is dangerous. But Arteta, when I look at all his signing, I'm thinking this guy is never managed in his career. He just probably went there and say, yo, let me do what Chelsea used to do and just spend. And they have an obsession with Chelsea. They love going to buy it from Chelsea. They love this. They have obsession.
Remember Willian? They signed Willian.
Yep.
Why they bought
Willian
like
was the
one
first
good
one.
player.
William, Peter Cech.
David Luiz.
No, check.
Arteta himself got Willian and David Luiz.
And
now Havertz.
And this year, Kai Havertz, Jorginho. I don't know whether they want to be Chelsea so bad. So they're desperate because they're neighbors, whether we like it or not. I've always said that.
Well, Hamza, that squad had no UCL experience until they bought two of our players. So
And that's what I'm saying. They're neighbors who've got two UCL, way bigger than them, whether they like it,
Gabriel,
way bigger than them, because they've got trophies that they have not
winning experience.
Gabriel,
they have not even looked at that trophy. They've not even have one of that trophy. Forget even that trophy. They haven't got half of that Champions League, which is Europa League.
Hamza,
They don't even have that. So if you look at the players that they bought, look at the players.
What's the
Declan
point?
Rice, 105. Kai Havertz, 75 million euros.
Hamza, what's the
Ben
point?
White, 58 million.
Hamza.
Gabriel Jesus, 52. Thomas Partey, 50. Julian Timber, 40. Fabio Vieira, 35. Oleg Zinchenko, 35. Aaron Ramsdale, 28. Gabriel Magalhaes, 30. Jabu Kiyo, 25. Look at if Klopp had that money. If Klopp had that money, even little money, just give him 60 million. I'm finished. He's chasing me. But this guy, lack of experience. He doesn't know what he's doing. And I can see he's going the wrong way. Yeah, you're buying too many players in one position. He doesn't know. When you're losing to Man United, 4 of the players are youngsters and you got a starting lineup. I'm scratching my head. I'm thinking, yo, how much money do you need to spend now? Arsenal fans are telling me they still need to spend, apparently. Apparently, they still want more players. Arsenal fans still want more players. You have spent so much money that we have to now tell you, yo, you can't spend anymore. You frauds. You can't spend anymore.
Hamza, they told us they want to sell Partey a couple weeks ago.
You have to bring major
and now they want to keep him. After they
I
said
never wanted to sell Partey.
No,
Hey,
okay,
they want
maybe not you,
one game. They're like, I want to keep Partey.
Yeah.
It's
Hussam, you can witness it here on your channel. Did I not get hate from Arsenal fans for saying you can't sell Partey or you guys get weaker?
Yes.
And everyone said you're a hater. No, 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later, they're saying, oh, well, we got to keep Partey now because we're not sure about Havertz. But when Staffy was saying that he was a hater, what's going on now? I don't know, man.
But guess what? Last year, Hamza was saying, crying for Champions League. This year, he has one. Things change, bro. Listen.
In 2 weeks. How do you change in 2 weeks?
Listen, I've been knocking the final.
Hamza, you say a lot of stuff, but none of it actually makes sense to what point.
You've got too many players that you're signing.
I get it. But what does that have to do with the things you were talking about a couple of minutes ago? It's like me bringing up the square root of pi and then just bringing it
So
up.
you don't understand. Unless you understand it. Listen,
you just want to take as many points together that have no actual reasoning towards your argument, and then you move on to a completely different topic to make people sound like you know what you're talking about.
No,
you're just saying a bunch of random, bro.
The amount of money you're spending, you're just mass spending. With that, Havertz, what position are you gonna play?
No, but
One
second.
Where are you gonna play Havertz?
But 1 second. But what does Arsenal not have?
No, he's tactically versatile.
What does Arsenal not having a Champions League have to do with Arsenal signing Kai Havertz and him flopping?
No, I said that your noisy neighbors are bigger than you. So don't attack your noisy.
What does that have to do with
wait,
Havertz?
wait. No, the way that you're
He
cussing
means
Chelsea
you're signing
before
their
that,
players, though.
you came and attacked Chelsea, but you're taking their players. You're a hypocrite.
Guys,
You're a
please,
biggest
everyone,
hypocrite.
everyone
Listen,
just
one
take
second.
in.
Their fan base,
Everyone just
like,
take in.
listen, Staffy. Their fan base were cussing Havertz. And now
Everyone just
hating on
take in
Havertz.
what Hamza's doing.
Their fan
He
base,
is absolutely throwing around buzzwords, random statements that are somewhat true to throw you off the trail that he's not saying anything at all.
To be honest, he is rattling you, but I do
no,
get
but the
his
thing is, he
point.
doesn't understand. He takes
What
the
point?
Man said shopping in Chelsea's bin. I
His,
can't be
his
honest.
first point is
His
Arsenal
whole
have-
point is that that your manager is confused
He's just
because he
spending
says
money
he's
for the sake of spending money.
he's just spending money. He's shopping around from Chelsea. He's
He's not
shopping around
spending
from
smart.
Pep.
Not
And then
smart.
his point is that if Klopp had that money, he would be
Oh.
scared. But he's talking about watching your manager with that money. It doesn't worry him. That's his whole
No,
point.
he's
Yes,
not.
he added
You
a
know
little bit of bullshit in the middle to rattle you, but
Hamza,
that's his point.
Hamza, if you're not worried about me, who are you worried about next season? Manchester United.
I'm very worried. If Klopp gets the spending, he gave Pep a hard time at Bayern.
Okay,
He gave Pep a hard time pre-season. Your man, you can be 8 points, 12 points clear.
okay,
Your
so Liverpool in the title race
I'll
next
take
season.
the league. Klopp, I'm more scared of Klopp.
Okay, so Liverpool in the title race. What about Ten Hag? You more scared of Ten Hag?
Liverpool haven't bought. Listen,
I was saying
Liverpool
Liverpool in the title race, like that's an insult. We are in
No,
the
no, no.
title race.
He said Liverpool in the title race. Fair enough. What
No,
about Manchester United? They're in the title race too.
Let Ten Hag's change. The way he's showed me in this game, I was scared.
Okay.
Hamza, you know something? Hamza, actually, you want to know
Ten Hag
something,
fingers
Hamza?
posted.
In 3 games, Ten Hag versus Arteta, they beat us once with a last-minute goal in the Nketiah goal.
Guys,
Every other game, they couldn't touch us. 3-1,
That's it,
2-0 last time.
conversation over.
Arteta barely beats Ten Hag, and
Conversation
no one
over.
talks about this.
Arsenal are fighting for top 4. Hamza said we're going to finish 4th. He
No,
didn't
he's
said
not
say
that.
going to finish fourth. I didn't say you're going to.
Don't gaslight us. Why
Okay,
you
okay.
gaslighting?
Listen, let me look.
Victim
Let's just take a
mentality.
quick break
Victim
here.
mentality.
Let me just address the super chats because big up everyone who's supported as well in the stream. Absolutely iconic stream. 1,200 people are watching us. Make sure you're slapping the like. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. I'm just gonna run through them real quick. Big up to Murad who says, "Egal, stop deflecting. Just take the L." Murad's an Arsenal fan as well. Big up to you, Murad. Joe is saying Liverpool nickel and dime 37 million for Lavia. Joe, I think it's completely normal. Even though I'm FSG out, it's just the first bid. We don't have to do, all of that from the beginning. Murad says Stevie Wonder can do better than Eddie, aka Egghead. I think he's talking about Eddie Nketiah. I can't lie. Nketiah divides opinions in the Arsenal fan base. ZZ says 200 million midfielders and you still have a problem with the midfield. Hashtag Arteta out will be trending by January. ZZ, just a quick response to that. I think if Arteta out is trending this season, then Arsenal are never making it out. I'm going to just say it as it is. Let's just be honest. They're never making it out. Big up to Will who says Hamza cooking like the Rock. If you smell, la, la.
La, 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 la.
Big up, man. Big up, Hamza.
Big up.
That's your opinion, Hussam, and that's fine. At the end of the day, that's your opinion, and that's fine. Big up to you, Murad. That's going to become an iconic line. Big up to Pipsar, who says, Big P here. Big up, Hussam and Hamza. Big up to you, Big P. Out of all the streams to send me your first super chat, it's a bloody Arsenal stream, P. Mr. Liverpool fan out here. Where's all your support in the Liverpool streams? Big up to you. Thank you so much.
Why
Just
only
letting
say
me-
you
Thank
and Hamza? What about me, Lewis, and Egal?
Thank
We
you.
don't get a
I
big
don't
up?
think he knows you guys because he's a Spaces guy. So he's mostly
Oh,
on the
smart.
Spaces. Big up to you,
Big up.
Big P, man. My guy. How it's Liverpool 4-4 who fit, who not. EM, Liverpool are crap currently because we got no DM and I've addressed it already. So you haven't really
you guys
said
are in the
anything
title-
crazy there.
You guys are in the title race.
I know, I just said that. Big up to AJ who says Keita, Maguire, Pepe also on the bench. You know what all 3 are called? Flops, AJ. Thank you
And
so
they
much
all
for
got
proving my
multiple
point.
opportunities to start and show their ability.
Exactly. And thank you so much for literally proving my point. All 3 are called flops. Havertz, welcome to the flop
Pepper as
league.
well.
Big up
Lukaku.
to 100%. Big up to C who says it's okay to have goals to be City, but there's only one City. Arsenal as contracted won't get away with buying 65 million bench money. Money could have gone elsewhere. Thank you so much, C, and that's my exact point. I was looking at it from a monetary perspective. 65 million for a bench player. That ain't Liverpool. That ain't Arsenal. That ain't, this is a City thing because they put money like that. We don't. That's just the reality, unfortunate reality of the situation. Thank you so much for the super chat, C. Murad comes back and says, Hamza, your club is more fake than Kim Kardashian. Damn, let's not get into that whole Kim Kardashian conversation. Big up to you. Hamza's entire ego is tied to Man City. If they are guilty and get relegated when all their best players leave, I feel like Hamza will add himself. Stan, big up to Hamza, man. Hamza's an elite guy, man. He's always there on the spaces, on the YouTube whenever I late him. The problem with Hamza is he's always late now. That's celebrity status after the treble. But other than that, elite guy, man. Big up Hamza. Alex says, not gonna lie, Hamza just cooked like crazy. Big up to you, Alex. Naval Nation says Kai makes Arsenal backwards. He can't keep up with the pace of the Premier League. If Kai was that good, City and Liverpool United will be after him. He ain't. That's the issue. Arsenal bought a ghost for 65 million. Trust us. Naval, I completely agree with you. And listen, Lewis broke it down for Egal. I tried, Staffy tried, everyone tried. But I get it. You want to back Arteta over us, which is completely fine. That's why we're not football managers. But at the end of the day, there's an Arabic saying, Al Maidan Yah Maidan. To the battlefield we go. We will see. The Premier League is about to start in under a month. We will see who lied. Big up Fabrizio Romano. Felipe says, cooking Hamza is like frying an egg. It's very basic. Arsenal will do very good this season. Egal will come back to this video and be all smug. You guys are giving him ammo. Big up Felipe. See, Egal, you're getting support in the comments as well. Big up
said
to you.
Do good, but they never said win anything.
Fairs. But Arsenal haven't won the league in 20 years anyway. Nabel says, Egal, I say this with extreme confidence. Trust us, we know. I test, yeah. 3 years did F all for Chelsea Football Club.
When he has his one good game in 12, like, I'm not listening, by the way. Neither in March. I'm not listening in March.
He tried. He tried advising.
They tweeted about him after he scored 1 goal. The MLS Star game. They tweeted about him.
Yeah, don't do that when he gets his first goal in the 7th game of the season or something like that.
And then he plays one bad game against United.
He tweeted it. He said on target. Like, where
are
you
been? Yeah, but he's hella insecure. He's just the Chelsea fans after 0 goals and assists in 13 to get 0 goals and assists in his next 5. So expect that.
Big up to Jose, who says, my boy Staffy and Lewis, the new tag team champions. Hashtag free Caicedo. Big up Jose. This is a guy as well who's a big fan of Lewis and I think a Chelsea fan as well. Staffy told me this. Big up to you, Jose. Big up to C, who says Chelsea trophies, 21 trophies include 2 Champions Leagues, 5 Prems in 20 years, running through players. Arsenal 4 titles, staying loyal to players in the same time. The math ain't mathin'. Indeed, my brother, the math ain't mathin'. Big up to you, C. Thank you so much for the super chat once again. Damien says Arsenal have a long season coming. Oh, it's going to be long as hell. Big up to you, Damien. Chombe says, how big is City waffling? Oh, you guys keep saying we don't care until you're going to learn how to care. I promise you that. Big up to Siraj al-Islam, who says Kai Anonymous. That's the nickname. Yo, Kai Anonymous, Kai Ghost. This comment section is wild. Big up to you, Sirajul. Thank you for the super chat. Queen Nadra says, big up Hussam, Havertz or Mount? Who's worse? I think Havertz by far.
Havertz.
100%. I think both will fail, but I've already said I think Havertz is the worst transfer, 100%.
So far, Mount is looking good, so I'm just.
They can make Mount work. They can make Mount work.
I don't think they can, but let's agree to disagree. If Egal spewed half the nonsense Hamza just said, you guys would call him deluded. Let's be consistent. You want them to compete on all fronts. Now you're critical on depth. WTF. Let's stop being disingenuous. But Liverpool till I die, I give actual, genuine examples. McAllister is half the price. A midfielder could be used as bench depth. Szoboszlai, the same. 60 M's. Actual midfielder. My problem was convincing everyone that a false 9 who sucks at his original job is going to do well in midfield because Arteta said Exactly. Arteta ain't the Messiah. I'm sorry, Arteta's not the Messiah.
No, also before people gaslight us, we didn't criticize Timber as an example. We didn't criticize Declan Rice joining them. We're just talking about Havertz. As we said, we don't think that was the right signing for them to make. You know, adding a player that you're still unsure where he's going to be the best. You know, we're not criticizing depth in general. That's a lie. We didn't say that. We're just talking about one individual.
100%. Big up to Joe, who says FSG are a joke. Other clubs have spent money searching for players with release clauses under 40. Klopp is worried. Look at him during first game. No, I agree with you completely. And listen, I think I'm going to actually need to probably make a Liverpool stream tomorrow because I actually haven't spoken about, inshallah. I haven't done a Liverpool stream in a while, so we're going to have to address it and talk about it soon. Big up to you, Joe. Thank you so much for the super chat and consistent support. And my brother, as always, FSG out. Big up to you. Red Line of Teranga says Hamza is spitting at Egal, knows it. Big up to you, my brother. Baraka, big up to Baraka, another Spaces icon. He says, I just want to say what's up to the homies. Carefree, Lewis.
Big up, brother. Big up, my guy.
Baraka, man. Cool Guy says, City are cheaters. Take the trophies away. Hey, comment section, spam 115. Big up to you guys. Big up to Lon Wabo, who says, every channel I go to, Egal is getting stick for Havertz. Even as a Chelsea fan, I feel sorry for him now. Did he sanction the purchase? No, but he defended it, so he's going to get called out.
Yes, he did sanction it because he kept defending it. Look at me. I did not defend Mount. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But this guy's putting his neck on the line to defend him and Arteta. So this is what you get as an Arsenal fan. If you're an Arsenal fan and you talk so much, we just have to come for you. That's the game and, you know, got to stick to it.
It's just because he said Chelsea was Chelsea's fault. That's all. Other than that, like, It's your
And
problem.
listen, and it's our opinions, you know, like Egal said, it's your opinion and you can stick to
At
it.
the end of the day, it's your opinion. Big up to you, EM. Listen, we can sit up here and we talk about City spend. We already know City spend a hell of money. That's never going to change
They
anytime
win
soon.
trophies. They win major
Yeah,
trophies.
the problem is they
They-
won
they-
too many trophies. That's the issue. So it's just
You
I
can't
think
come
that
up with
criticism
spending.
is far gone. But big up to you, EM. Danny says more hair on your bald head than City fans over 25. Fair. AK says Hamza is an elite rattler. We all know that. Big up to you, AK. Thanks so much for the super chat. Chombe says a bunch of goats chatting football. Love it. Thank you. Big up, Chombe, my guy. Big up to you. Final 2 super chats. Alex says, now you know how I feel listening to you. Just like when you felt Hamza cooked you. 8 goals up top. No, he's gonna do 8 goals from midfield. Make scenes, says Alex. Big up, Alex, man. Our favorite crazy person in the comment section.
Big up, Alex.
Andrew. Yeah, big up, Alex. You know, I can confirm no birds were harmed in the making of this live. Big up to you, Alex. Thank you so much for the super chat. And finally, Naval Nation is back. He says, if Real Madrid was that serious for Kai, they would have got him 100%. Real Madrid
they only valued him at 45 million, and that's
the real value. That's the thing. That's a real value.
And I was saying like Pearce, 45 million. I get it.
100%. I swear, Lewis, I did a stream with you. I swear it was on Troops' channel, and you said you would have taken it, right?
Yeah, I would have taken 40, 35. Like, I would have taken the first offer, but I didn't say anything because they thought they could get 65, and they did. So I'm not going to complain when even Gallagher being up for 50 million. I think he's worth half of that, but do your thing. You know what you're doing. You've done it before. I'm not going to complain.
Big up, man. Big up. Red Line of Teranga says, elite panel. You should do a PL preview prediction show with the same panel. Let me get to crash it on the Arsenal and United fans. Look, I'm not going to stitch the guys up live on stream because I'm not built like that. But they're always welcome. All 4 guys on the panel, all absolutely elite content creators, all my brothers. Anytime they want to come back on the channel, they're welcome. And if they like this setup, they dig this panel, hey, we'll run it. Why not? You know, we'll speak.
Let's
to
see
them
if Egal still likes us after today's show. Because
let's see if Egal still want to work.
He hasn't said a word in the past 10 minutes.
Big up to you, Red Line of Teranga.
The season hasn't
Kudus
started.
will go for less than 65 million, and Chelsea will get him. Listen, everything is a possibility. Everything is a possibility in the world of football. Nothing is impossible, AJ. But I don't think Kudus moves the needle like that for them in midfield. They need something else. And final super chat before we move on. What happened to Havertz is what happens to James and Coutinho. Football has moved on. There's no position for this player anymore, and he sucks. I can't lie to you. 20 years ago, Havertz possibly could have been a player that the streets never forget type player, at best case scenario. But nowadays, I actually agree with you. I don't think he has a place in football. Number 10s are gone now. And I think, by the way, he's not talking about Reece James, he's talking about James Rodriguez. Sorry, I said James there. James Rodriguez is who he means. So I think the number 10s are a dying breed right now. It's more like attacking 8s now, right now. So look, big up everyone who's watching us. We're going to carry on with the show. 1,200 people are watching this stream, ladies and gentlemen. 1,200 people are watching. Let me check the like count before we clap for them. Let me just quickly just hit this.
Hazard conversion rate, not Havertz.
554 likes, 1,200 people here. Get the like up. 700 likes is our next
target. Get halfway at least.
At least 50%.
Slap that like.
Hamza's a treble winner. He's not used to these conversion rates. He might dip mid show because of these conversion rates. He'd be ashamed to be.
Slap the like button, man. Now slap the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Big up everyone for the support. I'm gonna give you a massive shout out at the end, guys. This is Carefully Lewis's channel as well. Make sure to go subscribe to Egal Football. Check out Staffy at Staffy TV. Hamza on Twitter at Man City.
You've never watched him play live. I have literally my last 4 season tickets here. Like, and the 5th one's in my wallet. What are we doing?
See, Egal, you're actually getting a love from the comments. He's saying he'll defend Egal all the way. This is a Liverpool fan, Egal. See, I tried to defend you earlier. I just wanted you to explain it, but you didn't explain it. Egal, for the love of God.
I did explain it, and you said
so. Where do you guys want to go with the conversation? Do you want to carry on? Or do you want to speak about Caicedo and Kane or whatever? Up to you guys.
I have a question. What's next for Hamza? Since he always talks about, oh, we're this best team, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I think Man City reached their peak. What's next? What can they do better than what they did last season?
The problem is we've got an elite manager Yeah, we've got elite manager. I trust
the
that manager, what he does. There's something called elite, like Klopp, Pep, Ferguson, you know, Mourinho, the elite managers. They know what they're doing. And Pep is the elite of elite. Yeah, not your guy, like he has no managerial experience. He came to do a work experience at my football club, then went to get a managerial. This guy
He
knows.
just loves throwing digs at
He knows
Arsenal for
what-
no reason. Like, it's
thing
just
is-
so
It's
unnecessary.
it's
what he-
beautiful.
The
I'm
thing
not
is,
gonna lie.
the thing is,
So
my
unnecessary.
football club, my
Hey,
football
Diallo,
club
he's
will not-
handled it well, Diallo. He's
my
handled it
football club
well.
will not just spend money like Arsenal, like just spend for the sake of spending. Yeah, we know how to spend all these days. Yo, we're selling our youngsters for at least 15, 20, 30 million. You can't even sell Balogun. You can't even get rid of Nketiah. Look at the standards. My youngsters are being sold for 20 million. Yeah.
So the next stage is to sell players for good
So
money.
one second. We're a self-sustaining club now. We've made money in terms of revenue. The key thing for us is we need to sell those players that have lost the hunger. I'm sorry. Manchester City are not a football club that depends on players. Players depend on me to give them trophies. I'm different. I swear to God. It doesn't matter. Leroy Sané came and went. David Silva came and went. Aguero came and went. Haaland will go. Kevin De Bruyne will go. There will be other Kevin De Bruyne. They will continue to be. We make those players. If you're hungry enough to want to win trophy, you join this club. You join the Real Madrid. You join the elite managers like Klopp. You'll be absolute. Your game will improve. Look at Klopp. He took Robertson from how? Top, one of the best left back in the world. Trent, one of the best right back. Cancelo, one of the best right back in the world. Look at Diaz, the best centre back in the world. Haaland, the best striker. Kevin De Bruyne, one of the greatest midfielder. So we will sign players to try and make us better, but we need to get the right players. I believe, Mahrez left. We need to get. It's a fantastic 30 million pounds sell for a 32-year-old. We're gonna buy another winger. Yeah, Bernardo's not leaving. So forget that topic about Bernardo. He's not leaving. Bernardo will not leave.
Yeah, Bernardo's staying. I can't lie. The City topic is just so. It's actually. I don't even want to speak about City because it's so annoying. You know why? Because I just know Pep and these guys are gonna do the right thing. It's pointless. We can sit up here. We can go like, "Oh, are you worried?" Blah blah blah. No one's worried when Pep's their manager. They spend as much as they spend. Let's go back to more recent news.
To be
Let's
honest,
go
we're
to
just gonna give
Caicedo.
ourselves
Where
hope.
the problems are.
We're gonna give
Yeah,
ourselves
exactly,
hope
where
that
the
they're gonna
problems are.
drop
So-
off.
They
Oh,
lose
look for the
Mahrez,
rest
they're
of
gonna
the
go
night.
take
I don't have
Elise.
problems.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, they sell Mahrez, they buy Olise. That ain't really like, oh my god, what a downgrade. Like, he's unbelievable. So, Lewis, you came into this channel on the intro. You're like, all my homies hate Brighton. Caicedo, address the people. They're waiting to hear from you.
Well, there was a verbal agreement between Brighton and Caicedo with 80 to like 90 million. I'm not too sure the specific amount, but this is why you don't do verbal agreements when you sign contracts, because they want more money now. And I guess the market's changed, and to a point, they can ask for whatever they want, but they are being stingy pricks about it, and they are trying to be a little bit cheeky, trying to talk about Levi Colwill in press conferences and constantly trying to bring this idea of Colwill and Caicedo in a swap deal, even though we have said all the time it's not happening. I don't know what happens at this point. I think we're still going to press for him. I don't mind whether we pay the full 100 million or if we keep trying to negotiate, but I think either Caicedo's got to start doing something to make it difficult for them, or Chelsea need to either start looking for other options or start pushing for them as well, in the hope that presses Caicedo to start, like, I don't know, skip training, go to the media and try and push for an exit. Do something that would give us a little
You
bit
want
of
them to
leverage.
kick up a fuss, basically.
Yeah. Do your Lukaku impression. You guys had a
But
verbal
here's the
agreement.
thing,
They
though.
were next
You're
on.
not willing.
You've got every
You're not
right.
willing to include Colwill in it personally. You wouldn't do it either.
No, especially with Fofana and Badiashile injured. Makes no sense now. We're already trying to sell Chalobah as well for some reason, which makes me think another centre-back's going to come in. So, yeah, like, no, it doesn't make sense to get rid of two.
Colwill would be their Caicedo to sign in the next couple years in terms of defense, because this guy looks good. You give him a couple years, Chelsea will go back for him. So that's why I don't think they'll sell him. As much as they want Caicedo, what's the point of doing that?
And we don't want him going to any of you guys either.
Exactly, and it's too much of a risk. As you said, you have so many defenders that are leaving. Your best defender, Thiago Silva, is almost 40. I don't see this deal happening. You can't fix your midfield and then ruin your defense. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I would believe there's other options. There haven't been any reported, but it would be naive as fuck for us to not have any. It's just we haven't gone in for them yet. I would expect, I said I'd expect it to get done in the next week or so, but I've said that for the last 2 months. If it gets done, good. I guess the time period won't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, but we need that midfield position sorted by the start of the season. We can't go into the start of the season with a massive hole in our midfield. We need a player that we can put in there, be it Caicedo or any other gem that you guys recruit, because to be honest, the recruitment policies look very good and very promising off the last 12 months. So if they do go for somebody else, I'd have faith that would work for us too. Just make sure the position is filled, be it Caicedo or be it not.
I think this is the worrying part. Like yesterday, I think it was either yesterday or 2 days ago, I did a show and it was like a Chelsea topic. And we kind of said, like, this is what I didn't realize until I thought about it yesterday. Your current midfield is actually Enzo and kids. That's it. Because you're actually trying to sell Gallagher.
I told you this the other day.
They played well.
Yeah, you're trying to sell Gallagher.
This moment in time, if they don't get Caicedo, they're screwed royally.
Yeah, they will get Caicedo. They're gonna pay.
Are we just judging that based off pre-season?
No, because have we seen any of them?
Santos and Caicedo look impressive. The only reason why I don't want to give them run-outs is because of the lack of experience. But they've looked good. None of the midfielders disappointed me except Gallagher, really.
You know one thing about Chelsea, yeah? It's the fact that a lot of these youngsters have to prove a lot, so they're not under pressure. And Andre Santos is a good player. You're sleeping on Andre Santos. He's upcoming, a very, very good midfielder, Brazilian. And I know when you see these players like Ramirez and all that, they're hardworking, he's physical, he's tough. And the way Chelsea played, it was outstanding. I was thinking, yo.
He looked good, Hamza. You gotta give him that.
Bro, Jackson. People are making fun of this Jackson. I was saying we only know Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson. But this guy was doing tiki-taka. I was thinking, whoa, this guy might be elite. If he tried, because they looked hungry or something. They want to make their name. Nkunku's there, and you don't know who to. And you know why they're dangerous, I'll tell you. I've analyzed. Because we don't know about them. We don't know when Nkunku's going to play. We don't know where Jackson. So they can interchange. I was thinking at the preseason, I thought, these guys have seen that they've played for a long time. So Pochettino, as well, he knows how to get them all together. I think they're going to get Caicedo over the line. Chelsea are not under pressure. They're not playing Europe. Yeah, they've got to concentrate only one game a season. Throw the FA Cup, throw the Carling Cup. Don't go for those trophies. Just bounce for that 38 games. Yeah, don't go for any other games. 38 games.
They will take the cup seriously, Hamza. I'll tell you why. Because you just said it's one game a week. Europe adds that extra pressure, especially when you're playing in Europe with that Chelsea badge. As you said, these guys have Champions Leagues. They've won Champions Leagues before, so they're kind of expected to perform. You know, Arsenal don't understand that. I think everyone here on this panel would understand that because we all have Champions Leagues. But these youngsters won't have to deal with that. And even the cup games. Listen, the best thing, I said it before, the best thing that happened to this team is that they don't have to go to Europe. That's more time on the training pitch, Hamza. And we're already seeing them in 2-3 weeks of training with this new manager. Yeah, their defense kind of looks still shaky because, you know, they're conceding goals or whatnot. But the style of play looks different. And I have no love lost for Chelsea, you know. But even when I watched the last game that they played, I saw the highlights and all that. Even their goals look nice. When's the last time we seen Chelsea put 1, 2, 3 passes together, pass around a team, and score like that? I can't remind me the last time I've seen that.
That's the Poch effect, right?
100%. And you know what? Poch signed a bunch of players that he knows how he can communicate with. Most of them are Spanish speaking. You know, he signed a bunch of South American players.
After you're a top 4 merchant, are you worried about Chelsea for top 4? Be honest.
No, I said they'll be in the mix. I've been saying that from the beginning because I'm pro Poch. A lot of people don't want to respect him, don't want to give him his credit. They want to talk about him like he's done nothing in football. But I think he's going to do an amazing job with Chelsea. Is it going to be good enough to make Champions League next year? I don't want to speak prematurely because I still haven't watched enough of them. But I'm just saying from the small sample that I've seen so far, they're looking good. And like Hamza said, you know, it looks like these players just want to like make a name from themselves. That's all they're doing. You know?
And the most dangerous thing about youngsters want to prove they're fighters. That's why I called Arsenal dangerous last season. I said in a video, remember it, go?
Oh, yeah.
I said, Arsenal got this youth of hungry players. Everyone said, oh, no. I said, this is dangerous because you create guys who want to prove people right. Saliba, and guess what? They proved us right. The same thing as Chelsea, they can create these hungry players. So when you go and play them, they want to show off. They want to play. They want to be physical. They want to make a name of themselves. They have nothing to lose. And Chelsea need, I think, they need to get one or probably another striker, definitely. And they need another midfielder, if Caicedo, so that they can make a fantastic. Because Caicedo, Enzo, that's fantastic. Andres Santos, I rate him. If they get another midfielder, they look good. I'm telling you now, you're sleeping. And Pochettino is a good manager. Pochettino doesn't like with big names.
He's good with give him young players and he'll develop. You see him do with the Spurs. Who knew Spurs, that generation of Spurs that made the Champions League final? Who knew them 3 years before? No one knew Dele Alli when he was in MK Dons. No one knew Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld. You know, Eriksson when he got him from Ajax. No one knew these players. Harry Kane when he gave him I think it was him that gave him his push, you know, in the first team and all that. No one knew all these players. Son when he got him from the German league, no one knew him.
And Staffy, the biggest thing is, even I'll remind Egal, Sam, you probably don't know Alan Hansen. Alan Hansen was one of the most famous players that played for Liverpool, won the Champions League in the 70s. He even criticized Man United in the 90s.
He's the first Van Dijk.
Yeah, see? So he exactly, no, he's not Van Dijk. He's a Scottish probably Gabriel Magalhaes.
No, I said he's the first Van Dijk. He's the first, okay. Basically like unbelievable Rolls Royce defender, you know.
He was good, man. And he said, even when Man United had those youngsters, gigs, goals, whatever it is, he criticized, he said, you can never win things with kids. You can never win anything with kids. Guess what? Those kids won that league that season. So don't sleep on Chelsea. But Chelsea need to make smart signing quickly. They are lucky to have Pochettino. They just need to trust him and get him the Caicedo quickly. Just pay up the 100 million. Brighton are annoying. They try to force me to pay Cucurella and I couldn't pay. So if you don't pay, they will just struggle and say, Caicedo, how long has Caicedo got? How long is his contract?
I think it's just signed for 4 years last season.
Was it 4 years? It might be on the 6-year thing. Let me check.
So they can keep him. They can say you're not going anywhere. So just pay the 100 million. This guy's paid 100 million on a guy who won Europa Conference.
6-year contract.
Caicedo, man.
Oh, 6. I thought it was 4.5.
Yeah, pay him Caicedo. If Arsenal played Declan Rice.
Lewis, is it true what they're saying that Brighton haven't even set a price yet?
That's what some reports are saying. Others are saying it's either 85 million in one installment or 100 million in 4 installments. I don't know, but it's been 2 months of the same shit, so I don't know what to believe anymore. Even Fabrizio has just been reposting for months now. I don't know what's happening with it, but I know we're the only front runners for him. I know Caicedo wants Chelsea, and he's frustrated with how long this is taking to stop going to training. Make it hard for them. Pause. But you got to make it difficult.
That was a good pause.
Brighton.
Does that worry you, though? Does that worry you? The fact that you're the only team in for him? As in, what if someone else comes in for him soon?
They've had 2 months to. Like, if someone else really wanted Caicedo, they could have easily just come in and done it now. I would be... If they did that, I would have just thought, what took you so long? Like, now? Bit annoying, but, like, it's been going on for so long. I don't blame people for asking questions now, because we're getting to the end of July. We're, like, 2-3 weeks away from the start of the season. Our team's very close to being in a position where it can compete for top 4, but we need that midfield sorted. Enzo, Caicedo, and Nkunku, I am comfortable. Get me the goalkeeper as well, then I'm definitely sure we should be making top 4. But those are the main 2 positions for me. I know the 10's getting sorted. We're looking at one of Kudus, Elise, or Cherki. I think it's going to be Kudus because it's the most realistic option. Elise is going to pick City over Chelsea if it comes down to it. It is what it is. And Cherki, they want to keep him at Lyon. So I feel like...
Okay, let me ask you one final question about
on Chelsea, bro, before you go.
Go on.
Everyone's been saying I'm quiet. I'm letting everyone get their positivity out for Chelsea. You know what? Chelsea is going to have a good start to the season. And I do believe they will be. Even though they might lose to Liverpool, they have good fixtures to begin the season. But once it comes to October, they're finished. Because if you haven't seen their actual fixtures, come October, they play big team after big team after big team after big team. And that point of the season, the youngsters and their team and the continuity will be really tested against quality opposition of the likes of Manchester City, Manchester United, Tottenham, Arsenal, and there's just big team after big team after big team. So you better get a lot of your points in those first 7 to 8 fixtures, because when the fixtures turn, they really turn for the worst. And I really do think Chelsea have one of the worst fixtures this season out of all the big teams. Because I've never
way better than last season.
Bro, you have all the big teams in a small time.
We have 2 tough patches between November/December, and then we have a tough one in February to March. Other than that, we have a favorable run in and a favorable start to season. Like, it's fine. Like,
by the way, Naveed is saying it's something we had a run in.
Last season we had a run in that included Arsenal away, the last 3 games of the season being Man City away, Man United away, and Newcastle at home. Like, we've had it way worse. This fixture list is great. I've got no problems with it.
Late
By the way,
October, they
Naveed
play.
is speaking. We need to start referring to it as top 5, by the way, because the team who finishes fifth will also qualify to the Champions League. Remember that. The team who finishes fifth is also qualified. Yeah,
Egal,
so
late October they play Arsenal, Brentford, Spurs, City, Newcastle, Brighton, and then United. That's the patch he's talking about. But there's at least 8 games before it. It's enough time to kind of get a run in. But I do.
No. Also, there's one big factor that people are forgetting with that fixture list.
You hear what I said?
In that period where we're playing all of those fixtures, all those teams that people are worried about they're going to get a number on Chelsea are playing in Europe while we're resting.
It's kind of too early to even talk about it because we don't know what if there's injuries. I do get Gal's point. That's a good test for you because you could start the season well, but then when you run into the big boys in November, basically, that's when you're going to earn your money.
I actually think we won't start it well. Like, I think we'll be a bit shaky at the start. Like, we're facing Liverpool as well. If you guys get the DM, long game to start with. But I think we pick up as the season progresses. But I wouldn't be surprised if the start was a bit tricky and then everyone's doing the whole gaslighting thing. Chelsea are going to be fucked again. They're going to finish mid-table. Then we're going to start kicking on. I can already see it happening. So if we lose the first game, I'm not listening to any gaslighting. I'm not listening to it.
By the way, Naveed is making a fantastic point. It really is top 5 this year. We got to remember.
It is. Yeah.
Lewis, let me ask you just one final question on the Caicedo thing before we move on, because I don't want to keep you guys for too long. When is it panic time? That's the only question I've got to ask, because it is 26th of July and the Premier League does start in 3 weeks. So at which point in time to go like, F this, I ain't trying to spend these 3 months just looking for the same guy. Like, there must be a cracking point, because it's Enzo and kids now. So you do need, you need to get this thing figured out.
I said my patience was going to be wearing thin from August. If this isn't done by then, I'm going to be asking questions. But if we get to a week before the start of the season and that position hasn't been addressed, yeah, that's when I'm thinking, okay, what are we doing? Are we just going to go with Caicedo and just hope? It's got to be clear what the plan is, because the plan was meant to be Caicedo comes in and that was meant to be in June. It was meant to be one straight bid. We get the player and we move on. We're not, and that's holding up progress in other areas too. So, yeah, give me till August before I start seriously asking questions.
And if it gets to August and you don't have Caicedo yet, then which direction are you headed then? Like, are you gonna try like a Lavia, for example, something like that?
There should be other targets already laid out. There should be, but we haven't even attempted to look elsewhere. So I don't know when the trigger point's going to be for them to do it. But for me, if there was already other targets, which there should be, start looking at them now. Start dropping bids as well, because that puts pressure on Caicedo and his representatives to force Brighton to pattern up. It can work in a bunch of different layers. So, yeah, dip your hand in a bunch of different baskets. We're doing that with the 10s. Personal terms for Kudus about to be agreed. Cherky already agreed. Elise already agreed. Same thing with the 8 position. Get me the other options ready too.
Okay, I hear you. Big up to Diallo says also this Havertz Convo is getting diluted. This Havertz Convo ain't ever gonna get diluted. The way some of these Arsenal fans have been talking about him, diluted my ass. Not gonna happen, my bro. But big up, thank you for the super chat. Chelsea hold no cards. A big team can swoop him. That's why I asked Lewis if he actually worries him. Can swoop like Caicedo, they're saying.
Oh yeah, but do it then. It's been 2 months. That's what my whole point's been. It's just been us here sitting here in a waiting room and no one else has walked in.
Diallo, I know you're a Barcelona fan. You're not even you don't even hate any of these clubs. I'm gonna be honest with you. The club that should be taking advantage of this opportunity is Liverpool, but we just don't take advantage of opportunities. Big up FSG, man. Big up to you, Diallo.
Fabinho
big
and
up to.
Henderson, you should go for him. I don't know what's the situation with Fabinho, but you should 100%.
I agree completely, but we're also dumbasses sometimes. Empty guy with mountain picture says Chelsea look good. You can tell straight away. I mean, Pochettino, look, in terms of coach, as a coach, he's a very good manager. Lewis will tell you this, Staffy, Hamza, Egal, in terms of coach, just as a coach, he's a very good coach. He can teach people how to shoot, how to pass, how to dribble, how to do all of that. Like he can get people playing together, which is a good thing, you know. Liverpool till I die says Liverpool talks a good Staffy talks a good game. If your team is so good, stick your chest out and say you'll finish above Liverpool or even Arsenal. Until then, it's all talk, Staffy.
So what did I say the show that had to do with my team? Because I've read a few comments. People are like, "Oh, stick your chest out and say you're gonna compete. You're gonna finish this. You're gonna finish that."
It's because when Hamza was putting Manchester United on a pedestal, I said, "Okay." So
what did Hamza say? He said he's worried about. He might be worried about Ten Hag.
What did I say? This is why you don't listen, bro.
No, you asked if you go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you remind me.
What did I ask?
I don't remember, but go ahead and remind me, because I do remember I answered, but I do just remind me of our convo again. I don't want to say something.
After Hamza spoke, I said, okay, so you have Liverpool and Manchester United above Arsenal, and you're saying
no, you said are they going to be in the title race?
Liverpool and Manchester United could potentially be challenged.
Oh, you said us and Liverpool, but yeah, and then I said I didn't say that. Listen, I can come out here and criticize anyone.
You said that. I'm just saying you backed away from that. You made it seem like I don't want nothing to do with this conversation.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's the difference between an Arsenal fans. Because I'll tell you something, bro. I've read a lot of the comments. The Arsenal fans want me to say something. This is why no one can come at me, because I don't say something outrageous. When I say something outrageous, people can use it against me, but I don't. You know why? Because I'm actually being rational about my team. I came out here and I said, no, listen, when we signed Mount, Hossam can even back me on this. I said,
exact.
But listen.
His point exactly. When given the opportunity to say, you know what, I agree.
Because why would I say something without evidence?
Guess what? Then fair enough. But
I'm not going to say anything without evidence. I came out and said, when we signed Mount, I said, I don't agree with that. I will wait and see if the manager can prove me wrong. And I'm still waiting for it.
You know what? That's sensible. That's sensible, and I hear you out. But
and I think Mount has been good for us so far. But is it enough for me in 2 games to say that, you know what, I was completely wrong? This is an amazing signing. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait and see. And if I see enough where I'm like, you know what, I absolutely didn't get it. Ten Hag already said one thing that proved me wrong, because I said, I don't know what he's trying to do. And he said, I'm trying to be the best transition team in the world. You know, I respect him for that, because he gave up his plans from last season midway, and now he's sticking to a different plan. That's the respect that you got to give a manager.
Happy, the next section is the United section anyway. So I'm going to ask you about Kane.
Okay, so let's segue to it,
yeah. Yeah. So big up to you, Liverpool till I die. Finally, Joe says, what a lad Hossam is. Respect him more than any other YouTuber. As a local lad, we need more people like him. I mean, listen, there's the kind of a conspiracy theory going on that like locals don't come on my channel. Big up Tom Little. Big up James Redmond. Big up all the Scousers who have came on my channel. There's about 15 Scousers who have appeared on This Is Football. And we'll continue to invite Scousers on. This is not a Hossam versus Scousers thing. And by the way, when the top Reds say that the people who go the game are all FSG, and they're full of crap because they're misrepresenting Scousers. Because I know 20 Scousers personally from halfway across the world who are FSG out. So you can't misrepresent people and act like everyone's, you know, on some camp because they live in a geographical area. It's crazy. But big up to you, Joe. Thank you so much for the super chat. And listen, final topic here, Man United, before we hop off, because we do want people to be able to enjoy the replay, because we don't want to create a whole movie. But to the 1,200 people that are still here, slap the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. We're at 700 likes almost. That was the target we set, 70%. So get us to 700 likes. Everyone that sent in a super chat is going to get a massive shout out at the end. Everyone's channels is in the description. Every single one of these elite creators, their channels in the description. Go subscribe to their channel. And my new Twitter is in the description. I didn't block none of you guys. It's in the description. Go follow me. And Hamza's Twitter is in the description as well, because you don't have a channel yet. So big up to you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, and
don't make me poor. I've got a channel now, man. Hamza Talks Ball. Come on,
you
man.
do? Can you send me the link on Twitter, so I'll put it for you in the comment section.
So
yeah, send it to me on Twitter. I'll put it to you in the description.
Most of my followers so far are Real Madrid fans. I swear, Real Madrid fans.
That's the guy. Wallah. Okay, send me the link on Twitter. I'll put it for you here. So Staffy, the super chat is also a segue for you. United fan, I do not have United above Liverpool and Arsenal. Pre-season is what it is. Pre-season is pre-season. United fans, calm down. Staffy, the floor is yours, Habibi.
Is he asking me something or what he's trying to say? Because I don't understand that super chat. Should I
Staffy.
just? Wallahi, I don't
He's
understand.
saying he's saying you won't finish above Liverpool or Arsenal, and pre-season is just pre-season.
Oh,
That's
okay. I mean, that's what he thinks. He's entitled to say what he thinks. But are we talking about United or Kane? Because you said you want to talk
United
about
and Kane. Yani address this and then talk about Kane, Staffy Habib. You're part of the furniture. You know how we roll.
Wallahi, I mean, like the way this super chat was addressed didn't really make sense. But I'll tell you. But whatever that means, listen, man, I'm not putting United anywhere yet because I don't see. Listen, while you guys play checkers, I play chess. That's the difference between me and you guys. You guys are not gonna get anything on me. Pause. When I sit here and I talk about my team, I'm very careful, even with my criticism, because when I say too much, I get attacked and be called negative. And when I say something you guys want to hear, you're probably going to clip me and call me deluded. So until I see enough evidence, I'm not making any claims. So far, I like what I'm seeing. That's what I'm going to say. We'll see how the season goes.
You know what I say to you is say what you feel.
What I feel so far, what I feel about this team is good. I like what I see from this team. I think this team is taking the preseason very hard. They're working hard. The manager knows what he wants to do. And to be honest, that brings me back to like what Hamza was saying earlier when he was saying he thinks Arteta doesn't know what he wants to do. I think my manager knows what he wants to do. It's only a matter of like if he'll be able to do it or not. Claiming that he wants to play in a transition, he wants to be a transition team. Khalas, that's what he thinks, and that's what he wants to do. Now let's see if he can actually do it because he got his signings. I'm gonna sit here as much as I back him. And as much as I back Ten Hag, I'm going to criticize him if it doesn't work out because he did get the players that he wanted last season. He got Onana this season. He got Mason Mount. He's eventually going to get a striker, probably Højlund. We'll see if he gets any more signings during the summer. So far, it's looking good. It looks like he's getting what he wants. I'm not going to sit here and say Glazers out like Hamza always claims that I say. He says every time there's an issue, we just scream Glazers out. I won't say Glazers out if Ten Hag doesn't, deliver the season that he's projected to have, you know what I mean? But until I see a little bit more and until the summer is over, I'm not going to make any claims to where we're going to end. I'm not going to say first, second, third, fourth, fifth. You're not going to get that from me. So you can cry more if that's what you want.
United fan fence sitting, splinters, speak, Staffy, and then you're a master of deflection. Staffy, I can't lie to you. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to just be honest. I don't want to piss you off,
But this is not deflecting.
You're my guy.
But I addressed everything.
You pressed the crap out of Egal for the first like half an hour.
It was not me. It was Lewis.
Yeah, you did press Egal, and now you're not giving us clear answers.
Okay, I'll tell you why. I asked Egal as an example. I asked him, do you think Arteta created a problem by signing Havertz? And I explained the reason why. No one has given me any clear question to talk about other than, where do you think United's going to finish? Is the summer over? No. Is everyone else's summer over? No, I don't know who's around me going to be stronger and who's going to be weaker. As I said, so far we are looking good. But what's the point of me claiming right now that we're going to be in a title race as an example? And then by the end of the summer, I see everyone around me sign more players. And let's say we don't get a striker. I'm going to look stupid. So why would you want me to say something that is premature? I don't speak prematurely. Ask me an objective question and I'll give you an objective answer. But when it's all hypotheticals and hindsight, you can say I'm sitting on the fence, but I'm not going to give you an answer when I don't see a clear vision yet.
Staffy, I want to ask you a question. Like you being a United fan these days, and you've all gone defensive.
He's going to cook me. I can feel it.
No, I'm being honest. Like you guys talk about being the biggest club, and you talk in confidence as if you're that great and your manager knows everything. But when you're being asked that where you're going to finish, you go on this thing, I don't know what I'm. Why are you talking like that?
Because Hamza, I don't know.
Talking like a club that you're begging for us to leave you alone. Like, don't you have confidence with your manager? Like, this is second season, whether you like it or not. Because I'm sorry to say, go. Arteta took the heat, yeah? Why should Ten Hag get away with it? Why should you not? You should be under
pressure. Get away with what?
Well.
What has he done wrong?
Ten Hag. Are you joking? Ten Hag.
What has he done wrong?
Listen, if Arteta's taking the pressure, and managers are taking... You criticize players like managers like Klopp before. Arteta's been criticized. Also, this guy is under... We're watching him very closely because you said that he's overachieved. He's come third with a trophy. So we don't care. We don't care what excuses you come up with, whether he's signing on strike or not. We care about you winning major trophies. You're this big Man United. You're the biggest club in the land. You haven't won a trophy, major trophies for 10 years. Major trophies. You're begging for Carling Cups and Europa League again.
Hamza, did you not just hear what I said? But did you not
you
just
have
hear
to
what
win
I
a-
said? But
So
I
that's
said
what-
I won't criticize him because so far he's getting the summer that he wanted.
So you have to win a major trophy this season.
Of
as well.
course, 100%.
So don't come out. It depends what we have. Or what,
No,
what-
my prediction. Listen,
I-
Hamza,
I
but there's a
don't blame
difference
him.
between my prediction and what's supposed to happen. What's supposed to happen is that Man United every year are supposed to compete for the league. This is the standards
No,
that I
compete,
grew up
win
on.
something.
No, but hold on. No, you know you can't win everything every year, okay? But the least you can do is compete. My club has not competed for 10 years. So for 10 years, we've been underperforming, okay? Now, I am saying that my prediction could be completely different than what happens. So far, with the way it's going and with the way the manager is getting his players and everything is looking good so far, he should be delivering next season. Now, if he will deliver or not, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going to happen, and I can't give you a prediction. But should he at least win a major trophy next year? Yes. I do
And if he
think
doesn't
with
win
the
it,
way
the
the
thing-
summer is going that he should at
Define
least
major
compete for the
trophy. Would you accept Carabao Cup again as major trophy?
Hmm.
I mean, like, I don't really rate it, but a trophy's a trophy.
Okay,
I don't
so
want
then-
to. I don't want to have a listen. If you want to know what I want, I don't want us to have another season where we're finishing around third and fourth, and we pick up an FA Cup or a curling cup and a League Cup, and I call it a good season. I'm not gonna call it that. Like, that's not a good season. I expect him to at least go for the league. With
So,
the
no,
way
no.
he's having his summer, he should.
Look,
But I don't know if he will.
Staffy, Liverpool fans, when they won the Carling Cup and the FA Cup, they came out. They said it's a failure. It's a failure. They won
We
the FA
did.
Cup
We did.
and Carling Cup, and they said it's a failure. It's a failure completely. And they were. I feel sorry for them because they used the same squad for many years. Yeah, they did. But your manager came in with the great Man United. Yeah, you're saying that you haven't won anything in 10 years, major trophies. Carling Cup, it should be a step up next season. Anything
But that's what I said,
below,
Hamza.
anything below, you should get second at least, I believe. Yeah, if it's a progression, you shouldn't regress at all. So you should at least get second with major trophies.
We should compete for the league next year. That's
if
what
he
I'm
doesn't-
saying.
And if he doesn't win, he's failed.
1 second, stop. When I asked you earlier, so Manchester United in the title race next season, you said no. Now you're saying we should.
Because that's no. Should and my prediction are two different things. I also think Arsenal should go for the league next season because they just finished second. So I expect more progression from them. But will they actually do it? That comes down to my personal prediction, which is what I'm trying to say. My personal prediction is totally different than what's expected.
You haven't actually made any personal predictions. You just said,
and I'm not going to make a personal prediction until the end of the summer. What's so hard to understand about that?
So you're fence sitting, playing it safe,
Okay,
not showing no chest, and you're absolutely doing the exact opposite.
Why would I speak prematurely, Egal? I already said that my manager is expected.
It's not about, you know what? Why do we do YouTube? Because we give our opinions. You're sitting here for an hour. And
I am giving my opinion, but I'm not giving a prediction.
For an hour and 40 minutes, and you're saying I'm not going to give an opinion on my team because I don't know what's going to happen yet. That's
no. I give my opinion. I didn't give a prediction, and I am telling you what is expected.
A prediction is an opinion. At the end of the day,
it's different, Egal.
Right.
Listen. Do I think Mason Mount is an amazing player? No. Does my manager think he is? Yes, and he signed him. So if my manager got the players that he thinks he wanted, I expect him now to go for the league. And this is the standards that I'm holding him to.
You get at other people for fake chess. You're showing the biggest fakest.
How is that fake chess when I am demanding that my manager does something? I'm actually holding my manager accountable.
Bro, what are you holding accountable? You're saying, yeah, you're backing him, and then on the other breath, you're saying, we should.
Did he get the play? Listen. Did he get 2 players that he wants so far?
Yes.
Okay, so to him, forget what I think about Mount. He wanted Mount. He got him. He wanted Onana. He got him. Okay, I rate Onana.
What's your point?
My point is that I am putting expectations on him. It doesn't mean that I think it's going to happen because I don't know what to predict yet.
Guess what?
But at least I'm putting him under pressure.
Stop. Guess what? You cooked me for the Kai Havertz thing for 2 days now. You're doing the exact same thing, my guy.
No, not at all. Because you blindly backed Havertz without seeing the single game of him.
I tried to explain the logic of why Mikel Arteta signed him, and now you've just explained the logic of what your manager's doing.
But you said I trust. Okay, so I'll tell you what the difference is. And then I'll tell you what the difference is. You said I don't know. No. Hold on. No. Stand. The difference is
You're
you
trying
said
to show the logic. I tried
Okay,
to show the logic.
okay.
But
Then let me
Then
speak.
when you ask me my opinion, it's different. Guess what?
me speak.
At least I'm sitting here and I'm man enough to give my opinion.
Yep.
No. You're blindly backing your manager
No, I
because
am
you
not
said I
blindly
trust
backing.
him.
I am not
You
blindly
said you
backing.
trust your manager to find a solution and find a way to use
Guess
Havertz. I said I don't
He
know
has
that.
credit
Why
in the
would I back
bank.
my? What credit in the bank? He's won you
He has
jack
credit
shit,
in the
bro.
bank. Turning
What has
Jack-
he won you? My manager's won me a Carabao Cup, and you want me to come out here and talk with
FA
chest?
Cup. We're on the same
But
1-1.
Cups was under
At
the
least my
club.
trophy.
But I'm not backing him until he does something. Why
And
do you
guess what?
fucking blindly back someone?
Mikel Arteta challenging for the league last season after the position we're in
And
is
bottling
doing
the
so.
league.
He's doing
Bottling
so.
the league.
He's
My
doing
manager
so.
came out and said,
Guess
listen,
what?
he came out and said, all
You're
eras
lying
come
to
to an
yourself,
end.
bro.
Now prove it to
You're
me.
lying
I
to
want him to
yourself.
prove it to me.
You're lying to yourself. Put your balls on the line and say we're gonna do something, or don't say shit.
I'm not. Why would I fucking do that?
Okay, so
To
don't
be
say
a
shit.
meme?
He doesn't
To
trust
be a
it.
meme? To be a
Egal.
meme?
No,
Egal.
because you don't believe it. What do you believe?
What do you want me to believe in?
What do you
Egal.
believe? Nothing. You don't have nothing to believe in.
Egal. When
What are you saying, Egal?
I'm saying,
I
what do
literally,
you believe Manchester United can accomplish with the squad they have right now?
and I said I'll reply at the end of the summer. Is the summer over?
That's
Why
not
do
an
I have to
answer.
reply? 2
That's
signings.
not an answer.
That's not an
That's
That
not
is a
an
perfect
answer.
answer. That is a
That is
perfect
not an
answer.
answer. What
No,
do
no,
you right
you're
now?
so used to
Nothing
blind
changes.
predictions and
Nothing
delusion that you want me to
changes.
join you. I'm not joining you.
1 second. Nothing changes. Hussam, right now, what do you believe Liverpool will do?
Hussam said the
Challenge
same
for
thing
the
every time
title.
someone asked him for a prediction.
Okay,
He
nothing
said,
changes. Nothing changes. Hamza, what do you believe Man City will do?
Win the league and the Champions League quadruple.
Nothing changes. Lewis, what do you believe Chelsea will do?
Top 4, and God willing, we don't buck City a domestic cup.
You asked Staffy the same question. I can't answer. Give me 2 months.
I didn't say 2 months. I
Oh
said,
my
give me to
God.
the end of the summer to give you a prediction. Because I could easily sit here and tell we'll be
my
top
God.
4. But did we do all this to finish in top 4?
Bro,
Egal?
why are we here for an hour and 40 minutes if you're not going to give a prediction?
Yeah, exactly. My guy,
I didn't know the show was the Staffy prediction show
Man,
because we
listen,
talk
Egal,
about everything
Egal.
else.
You're a
But when I
United
don't,
fan. Represent United.
and did I not give you enough answers? At least I told you what is expected from the manager. Why do you give a
Egal.
shit what I think right now
And
or in
guess
6
what?
weeks?
Guess what? You give the shit what I thought when I was talking about Kai Havertz. Now you don't care about what
Yeah,
you think.
because you sounded like an idiot when he played
Stop
like
it.
a donkey
Stop it.
in the game
Stop
on the
it.
weekend.
Guess what? Guess what? And you're going to look like an idiot if you don't make any predictions right now.
Now, I'll look like an idiot if I give a blind prediction. This is why people come at you all
No,
the time because you give so much
you've
just
seen
for
your team
nothing.
live. What more do you need? You have a
And they
better
looked good, but
reputation
why?
of the team.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
want me to
yeah.
say? What do you want me to say? You want me? What month are we in? We're in July. You want me to sit in July and say we're gonna go for the league?
No,
don't fucking know that.
I
This
want
guy-
you to tell me with your
This
squad
guy's a
right
fraud
now.
like his
Before
manager.
you sign a striker,
Hamza, I know what
guy-
you're trying to do,
This
bro.
guy is a fraud like his manager.
No,
He
no,
put
no,
his
no, no, no.
sunglasses on here to lie to us. He came on a YouTube.
How am I
with
lying?
his
How am I lying?
sunglasses.
At
He
least
knew
I
he was
sit
gonna
here
lie to
and
us.
bro,
He was gonna cry.
at least I sit
Listen,
here
no,
and I put
you don't-
standards and I said
you
that
don't
my
trust your
manager
manager.
should go
you're
for the
sitting
league.
here, but you're not
None of
saying
these
nothing. You
frauds.
might as well be a plastic
Fraud.
chair.
No, because I set standards and I said the manager after
You
getting
set
his
what
signing
standards?
should
You
go.
haven't-
Did I not say he should go for the league? Did I
Guess
not
what?
say he should could
Guess
be?
what?
Did I
Anyone
not say
can-
that? Egal, you're not
anyone-
answering me. You're not answering. Did I not say that?
No, but that doesn't mean anything. Guess what? Everyone here can say we should go for the league. Lewis can say Chelsea standards is to win the league. But guess what? He knows in
Exactly.
reality they're not going to win the league. So he sets his standard lower.
No, but no. But Lewis is not
One
talking.
point.
Listen, when you say Lewis, you're
I'm
talking
gonna
about
go-
Chelsea standard in general. I said he got his signings this summer, so he should go for the league. That's me talking about what just happened. What just happened is that he added players that he wants, and he finished 3rd last year. So what I expect this year is that he goes up and he progresses.
So basically, don't bring Staffy on to talk about predictions until the window's done.
My
Understand?
guy's saying, give you 6
I did not
weeks,
ask
maybe
anyone
let's
for
end to
predictions.
September.
I just don't get it because I didn't ask anyone for predictions at all. Like even when I
Listen,
spoke about your
Egal.
team, I talked about a signing. I didn't talk about where you're gonna finish in 9 months.
This guy planned it. He came here to smoke you, to smoke Chelsea fans, Lewis, and to
I didn't
laugh
smoke
at us
anyone,
and
but
bring his
yeah.
sunglasses on, on a YouTube channel so they can laugh at. But this guy is a big.
Where's the popcorn? Bring the
Because he
popcorn
doesn't
right
trust
now,
the
bro.
manager. He doesn't trust his manager. He cannot predict his manager winning a title. He cannot predict that.
Bro,
Hamza.
he
he's gonna
can't
do something.
even
He's
he
saying,
can't
give me
even
a
tell us
second.
what he thinks the team that is
Hamza,
He doesn't
currently
believe.
Hamza,
constructed.
we don't have a striker.
As
Listen,
currently
listen.
constructed.
Our main striker
as currently
is
constructed.
our,
As your team is currently constructed.
this is a
Without
top 4 team as it is.
Okay, that's all I need. Why
But
is that?
what difference does it make? We were a top 4 team last season, anyways.
No,
Did we
but
go
why
and
is
sign
that so
Onana and Mount
difficult?
to finish in top 4
Guys,
again?
we finally got there. Thank you.
There you are. United
Oh,
fan, biggest club
that
in
was
the land.
no. Hold on. This
Hey,
answer changed nothing.
get
This
him,
answer
Hamza,
cha-
get him.
Hold on,
Biggest
this-
club in the land.
No.
The
Hold on.
big-
This answer
Oh,
changed
no.
nothing, bro. Because we were already a top 4 team before we made any signings. I don't think the manager went out and made signings to finish in the top 4 again, which is what I'm saying. He should go for the league. You should actually respect that I gave that answer, because every time I sit here and I say nothing about the manager, you said we blame the Glazers. And when
you're being non-specific. You're being non-specific.
how is it not specific to say that the manager should go for the league?
Listen, you're pretending to be a big dog there, like a German Shepherd, but you're a little mouse. Yeah, you're barking there, so good, but you're looking there, it's a little mouse. You're pretending to be this big club, but you don't have that big talk anymore. We've destroyed your confidence so bad that you're that little small these days. The great Man United, all you just is jump on 115 charges. When we ask you about your football club, what are you gonna do? You can't talk about the chest about the league title anymore. All you do, we won a Carabao Cup last year. Well, can you believe the great Man United flexing a Carabao Cup as if it's the greatest achievement? Can you believe it? And this is
But I
one
did it.
of the greatest clubs in the world that cannot even talk about. You can't even predict that you can win the league. You can't predict that you're going to be chasing.
Because I'm not deluded, bro.
Semi-final.
You want me to be deluded, Hamza?
September, because you have no confidence on your manager. I
Hamza,
promise.
do you want me to be deluded, Hamza?
Because you don't trust Ten Hag.
What has he done for me to trust him?
Okay.
You want me to be like Arsenal fans? That's the difference between me and Arsenal fans. You call them banter. I'd rather you call me someone that doesn't trust his manager than to say what you said earlier. You said they're the banter of Europe. And you know why? Because they say shit and they don't back it up.
Okay, do you trust Ten Hag? Yes or no?
I trust him to a limit, but he has to earn the rest of my trust. Yeah, he hasn't done enough.
So you don't fully trust your manager, is that right?
What has he done? What has he done for me to trust him?
But
so far, I trust him a little bit, yeah.
5 minutes ago, you were bragging about Carabao. He won me the Carabao Cup.
I didn't brag on that. You asked me if that's a major trophy, and I said no.
Okay, fair enough. This guy is a waffler. He basically smoked Arteta and Arsenal.
No, I'm waffler. What I give you an answer to
everything. He's pretending to be this big dog.
But everyone smokes Arteta. This guy doesn't win anything.
But hold on. Before the game, you're saying, look how we played against Arsenal. We battered Arsenal.
Yeah, it's
look
just
how
Arsenal,
we played. But then we're asking you, what are you going to do at the end of the season?
My man.
Okay. I can beat Arsenal. I can beat Arsenal, but does that mean that I'm going to beat City? Does that mean I'm going to beat Liverpool?
Bro, you're bragging about the Carabao Cup, but then you're saying Arteta doesn't win.
Again, where did I brag about the Carabao Cup?
You mentioned the Carabao Cup when saying
Ten Hag. Carabao Cup.
Huh?
You, in the same breath earlier, when we were talking about what is your manager won, you said
the manager won the
That's
Carabao
not
Cup.
what I said. I said he's only won. No. I said he's only won a Carabao Cup.
Wallahi, you didn't say that, brother.
No,
I did not brag about. Listen, we were
Bragged
talking.
about
No. We talked about last season, and you want me to make a prediction based on finishing third and winning a Carabao Cup? That's not me bigging it up. That's me listing what he's did, and it's nothing amazing.
I simply asked you for your footballing opinion based on.
You're mad, Egal, that I don't come out here and I put my neck on the line like you, and then I look like an idiot.
No, nobody's mad. Nobody's mad.
Clearly you're.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that you have splinters on your ass.
When I keep saying to you all the time, Manchester is blue because these bottle jobs have no confidence. I've destroyed them completely. Wallahi, listen, they have nothing to brag about these days. They can only brag about 10 years ago when Fergie was there. I've belittled them.
What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Sam, look at this. This is how they talk. When I say Manchester is blue, this is the reason. I talk with chest. This is what I
want to trouble Hamza. You're supposed to talk with chest.
How can you say Manchester is blue when we're asking in front of everyone here to predict if Manchester is red, if this country is the best team or the greatest team of Manchester United? Talk with chest. Say
You know what, Hamza? You know why you're talking with chest? You know why you're talking with chest? Because your team just won a treble and you're supposed to.
Yes,
Look at Hussam. How about Hussam? How he talks about his team. Even though he's predicting stuff, he's staying grounded. Lewis is talking about his team, but he's staying grounded. The only one that's not staying grounded is you, rightfully so. And
no, but I'm saying we're going to
only because we're shit. You should have seen me when we had the UCL.
No. But this is why Egal holds corn at the end of
At
every
least
season.
they're giving predictions. You're not giving no prediction.
Yeah, but you give illogical predictions. As I said, bro, while you play checkers, I play chess. And you're just mad that I'm not playing checkers.
No, you're not playing chess, bro.
I'm playing chess, trust me, bro. And this is why I know
you're playing snakes and ladders, and every time you get a question, you fall down a couple steps.
I literally answered everything. You're just mad that I can't give a prediction. That's
Bro,
not objective.
In front of, I don't know how many people are watching right now. They all witness you dodge and slide and try to duck out of every single question. You never answered it until
I answered it, bro. I answered it perfectly. But sometimes the answer is too complex for, especially for the likes of you on your Arsenal gang, because you guys sit here and you show your ass too early, and then you get upset when people laugh at you. No one's gonna laugh at me because I'm being objective about it.
You know something, Staffy? For the last 20 minutes, people are laughing at you because you couldn't make a simple prediction.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, to be honest, like if you're an idiot, do you really think I care what
you laughed at Arsenal preseason game? After you
beat them in the preseason game, they're still rattled. This is the same. Bro, that's the same fan base that I was upset that I was celebrating a goal in the stadium. They said pull up to the Emirates. What are you gonna do to me if I pull up to the Emirates? I ain't gonna do shit. Why the fuck would I pull up to the Emirates? Stop crying that we beat in a friendly game. They're so upset, bro.
Bring the popcorn out, bro.
Why they're so upset, bro?
Egal, let's say, okay, you don't make any other signing with this squad. Where are you gonna finish?
Oh, right now, as the squad, 100% wouldn't compete for the league. This squad is not good enough to compete for the league.
You can't go. What do you mean by that? Third? Second?
It would be around that, yeah. No, second. I would say third again. Because I don't expect it. So this is what I'm saying.
So who would finish ahead of you?
Besides City. I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm looking at Arsenal. Arsenal look dodgy. Liverpool are tying with Harry Potter FC 4-4. So it's like I don't know who to trust right now.
The season we lost all preseason games. We won the Prem. So you know all this preseason.
I don't remember when was that, but
I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, listen. I want to wrap it up here because I don't want to keep going, make it a whole movie. So let me just run through these super chats. Big up to Legendary Villain who says, Ten Hag didn't get Kim Min-jae or Kane. What the hell, lol? I think he was replying to something Staffy said earlier on. Big up to you, Legendary Villain.
When I said that he got the place that he wants.
Guy on the mountain says, why is no one talking about Newcastle? Money talks. Why no one's talking about Newcastle? Is because I need them to do it for longer. I ain't going to sit up here, waste my time for an hour talking about Newcastle Football Club just because they signed Tonali. Hell no. This is when I back Staffy. Glazers have beaten us to death that we just sit on the fence now. Clubs ran so bad. We had 10 years of mismanagement. This whole Glazers thing is so
these guys just want me to be a meme, bro. They just want me to say
I know Hamza's agreeing with me. This whole Glazers thing is so cringy. Because anytime just one thing doesn't go their way, it's directly Glazers out, Glazers out,
Glazers out.
We beat Manchester United 7-0. Next day, I made an FSG out video. That's the difference. You guys, it's just so jarring. Like you're spending 500 million in 2 summers talking about Glazers out, man. Come on, man. United fans speak like their West Ham expectations. I can't like Staffy getting cooked. Here's a prediction: City win the league. Wow, Mountain Guy. What a tough prediction there. Oh, crazy. Crazy prediction. Crazy. You're putting it out there, my guy. Big up to you. Alex says Staffy got caught lacking by both Egal and Hamza. He was asked where he thinks they will finish, and he said he doesn't know, but he said expects them to compete for the title. That's clearly top 2 or 3.
Expectation, bro. Listen to me again. This is what I'm saying. Unfortunately, some of these people that sit here, their IQ is not that good. Okay. When I say the manager got his signings, okay, so he wanted Mount. I didn't want Mount, but the manager wanted him, okay? So he got his signings. Now, if you're getting your signings, I expect you to progress from last season. Where did we finish last season? 3rd. So you're supposed to at least finish 3rd again or go up. That's progression, okay? So if you got your signings, you're supposed to compete for the league because that's the only thing left to go up from 3rd. Now, do I think that will happen? That is a different conversation. I'm still saying that he should because he got the players that he wants. What Mustafa thinks and what the manager does are 2 different things. Please try to differentiate between them. Your low IQ is not really helping you, but try to listen, bro.
Damn. Alex, I must say thank you for the super chat, and you're 100% correct, right? You don't have low IQ. He got caught lacking, and I can't lie.
He has horrible IQ.
And by the way, he made a poll with 300 votes on it. Who won the debate? 60% said Egal, 40% said Staffy. So I kind of like people backing Egal of the United debate. Big up to you, my guys. Big up, Alex. Thank you, Habibi. Cool guy. Says Egal peer pressuring Staffy into saying dumb-ish.
See, this is a guy that understands. Egal just wants me to be clipped. Egal is upset that he gets clipped alone. So he wants someone to join
says
him. He just
quadruple my ass. Hamza, you're a waffler. Hey, you never know. The next step from treble is quadruple. These guys are mad. Liverpool Till I Die says, Egal gave sweet Staffy the sweet chin music. Hashtag fraud. Hashtag shook. Big up to you, Liverpool Till I Die. My guy right there. Thank you for the super chat. Zlatan says, Sam, Staffy thinks United are Disney's Marvel from phase 1 through phase 3. In reality, they are phase 4 of MCU. I have no idea what like 3/4 of your super chat means. Because I don't watch Disney movies, but I'm gonna say thank you so much for the super chat, and I'm gonna say Staffy is waffling. That part is 100% correct. Legendary Villain says United fans are not delusional to be saying crazy predictions. We're not Arsenal fans. We are not Banter FC. Hamza, you only started talking 2013. Try winning the Prem with these owners. Owners that spend 300 million and 500 million in 2 windows. He's quiet now, you see? When I give him the number of money they spent, he's quiet.
Wait, did you say me or Hamza? I didn't hear you. Wallah, I didn't hear you. Say that again.
500 million in 2 years?
Who us?
500 million in 2 years.
You, Staffy. Who the hell are you talking about? Who else? You.
This year? How did we spend 500 million in 2 years?
You just signed Mount. You're going to sign Hoyland. You're going to...
No. You just said we spent 500. Last season we spent, I think, 240 or 250. This season, we only signed Mount and Onana. Habibi, if you need to go back to math classes, I can help you with that. Because the IQ on the show was, wallahi, is worrying me, bro. Where did you get 500 from?
Add Hoyland's price tag.
Also, Hoyland's own price tag already.
You're gonna sign a striker and a midfielder. Add them. It's gonna add up to 400 million. Simple.
Oh, but it was 500 like 2 seconds ago. This is what I'm saying, guys. Wallahi, the level of IQ on this show sometimes, wallahi, is just shocking to me. But it's okay. I'm here to.
So why are you wearing sunglasses inside then, Mr. High IQ?
To be honest, thank you so much for this. I just never took it off since I was eating the popcorn and shit.
1-0 right there. Staffy thinks he's him. Wallahi, he's her. Cooked. Big up to you, Liverpool Till I Die. I can't lie, Staffy did get cooked by Egal. Egal got his revenge at the end of the show. Akhi Hassan, we have to call the ambulance because we have Staffy got 2nd degree burn from all the roasting. Big up to you, unretired Zlatan. I can't lie, I agree completely. Listen, Egal destroyed Staffy at the end there. Hamza turned on Staffy like Aguero versus QPR defense. Big up to you, John. He did. I can't lie. The best.
Yo, Hamza, why'd you turn on me like that? I was actually upset, Hamza. Today it was supposed to be.
Hamza plays both sides. He plays both sides.
We were supposed to be DX against Egal, and you just, I don't know why you healed.
An enemy of a. Listen.
Go ahead.
An enemy of an enemy is a friend.
100%. Let me tell you, Hamza hates Man United a lot. Like, he actually hates the crap out of them. Hassan, by your logic, Chelsea should have won the league. Really. Big up to Hassan, whoever he is. My name is Hussam with an M, but big up Hassan, whoever he is. Shout out to all the Hassans watching this. Second of all, look, if you give me 600 million, if you give me 500 million, 400 million, I win you the league. Hamza said it earlier on. He is happy Klopp doesn't get money because he knows Klopp gets money. It's over for all of you guys. Oh, you won't even smell a league title if you give me money. But with Chelsea, I can't lie. They made a couple of signings that are like, whoa, like it's just, it ain't really hitting right here. But big up to you, Legendary Villain. And listen, we're going to say, bear with me. Big up to Legendary Villain. Big up to Zlatan. Big up to Naveed, Joe, Diallo, Alex, Danny, AK, Low, the other Danny, cool guy, the mountain guy. Big up to Redline of Tiranga, Baraka, El Liverpool Tidai, Sirajul, Chombe, Nadra, Damien, EM, Dinishan, Andrew, Koala, Alex, Murad, Joe, Will, ZZ, Pipstar, AJ, C, Niak, BIG, Joe. Big up to Ganzo, big up to Fatur, big up to every single icon, Murad, Joe, Gary, Morshin, Felipe. Big up to every single one of you guys who has sent in a super chat. All of the people have shown us all the love and supports. Love you all. 1,100 people here. Thank you so much. This is actually the biggest show I've done after shaving stream. So make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. And I will publicly thank every single one of you because we have hit 16K subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much. The road to 20K continues. We are 4,000 away from 20K. Big up to you guys. Thank you. Lovely panel who helped us get there as well. Big up everyone in the chat. And of course, before we wrap up, we're going to go around the lovely panel. They're going to let you know where you can find them. And if you missed this part, in the description is everyone's channel. Staffy, sunglasses inside. Where can people find you?
Rent free in a gal's head. And and on socials at Eldon Staffy, on YouTube at Staffy TV. Big up for having me, bro. Big up for all the support and all the people that are hating. You're still here watching me, so hate all you want.
Oh, look at this fucking B-Tech Conor McGregor over here. Egal, where can people find you?
Egal talks football, mostly Arsenal content, but I do have Vibes in the Six twice a week where we talk about other clubs also, where we get into a lot of stuff, do drafts, top 10s, all these other things. You can catch me on TikTok also, Egal talks football. I do a lot of content there. Instagram, Egal talks football. And of course on Twitter, where I always just get into all these different random debates, EGTV, Egal. And of course, you can always catch me on here, Football Wars, all over the place. Honestly, I'm everywhere. Big up. Rent-free in Chelsea fans' heads. Today it's in Staffy's head because he's clearly rattled.
Nah,
He is. I can't lie. You did get into Staffy's head 100%.
bring me into this.
100%. Lewis, my brother, thank you so much for coming on. Great Chelsea rep as per usual. Where can people find you, bro?
Yeah, just check out Carefree Lewis G on all socials. I'll be there arguing with somebody, anybody. Either that or just people will be arguing. It's just a common theme with my channel. But yeah, check it out, people. Chelsea Fan TV as well. All socials. Hopefully it's less depressing on there than it was over the last 12 months because there was some periods where I genuinely wanted to off myself rather than go on camera. But big up to everybody. Like and subscribe.
Big up, Lewis, man. Always welcome on this channel. Thank you so much, my brother, for joining us. And finally, Hamza, the professor. Tell
you
people
can find me. Listen, you can find me. Hamza Talks Ball. We talk about UCO champions. You know, we talk about treble winner. I'm here to defend the league, win the league, fly the flags of European football. It's me. You can find me there. It's a privilege to have you there. Unlike I'm just hearing Tottenham owner who's just being indicted in New York and City were being done for 115 charges. So now the news breaks in. Tottenham already getting. Do you see the news? What's happening in Tottenham now?
Yeah, Joe Lewis got arrested. Federal order.
Wow.
I need my Champions League. They knocked me out in the semi. They knocked me out, and I was supposed to play.
Easy there. We beat them in the final. That's not how it works.
Alleged insider trading.
Nah. That's not how it works. I lifted the Champions League. Don't be greedy now. You got your one. Chill out, Hamza. Chill out. This guy, bro, unbelievably shameless. But try to play that final again. No. I got my UCL. I'm good. That's number 6 right there. Big up to you guys, man. Make sure you go follow Hamza, Staffy, Lewis, and Egal. Big up for a record stream as well. Go follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. Go subscribe to all of their channels. The link is in the description. Just hit after at. Subscribe. Before we head out, comment section, spam 115 in the comments. After this video goes on YouTube as well. Let us know your thoughts on the video in the regular comment section. Like, subscribe, follow all the great guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Peace out.